U Sports on CBC, présenté by Le Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, Fox 40, Theraburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, APAR, and by BioSteel.
Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to Windsor, Ontario, Canada, Canada's southernmost city for the 2026 U Sports Men's National Championships, continuing here, quarterfinal number 3 between the host-seeded Windsor Lancers, ranked seeded 4th here, against the Montreal Carabins, seeded 5th. You are watching it here on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. My name is Andrew Papadopoulos. I am joined by the wonderful one and only Brett Hedges, who will be up here in the booth with us this evening to call this action between the hosts and the visitors from Montreal. So, Brett, we're in for a good one here. It looks like on paper 4 versus 5 seed. That always means it could go either way, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a pair of silver medalists here, Montreal following in the RSEQ finals, and of course the Windsor Lancers losing to the Queen's Gales last Friday here at the TLC, where you and I were on the call for that. But Laval, who won the RSEQ, and the Queen's Gales, who won the OUA, have both lost their opening matches here. The number 2 and the number 3 seed are gone to the consolation side here. So some big names going to the consolation side. Big congratulations to Manitoba for rocking that game there. And this is going to be a fantastic matchup. For, essentially, you win this matchup, either team, Montreal or Windsor, and you're guaranteed to play for a medal at the U Sports Championships in a massive game. Probably the biggest game match in the program for the Windsor Lancers. And James Gravel and his squad are fired up and ready to go here on home court at Nationals.
Absolutely, Brett. And of course, as you mentioned, last Friday in this building, they were upset for a second consecutive year in the Forsyth Cup Finals. The Windsor Lancers, that being, who again have worked so hard to be able to make this program a perennial national contender, compete, in a few nationals in the last couple of years. Now the first opportunity in the program's history to host it. And I think so far the crowd has been coming out in good numbers here. We saw it for the Forsyth Cup Finals. Do you think that'll play a role here today against the visiting Montreal Carabins, with the Windsor Lancers bringing so many alumni home for what does feel like a homecoming game, in addition to the whole community at large?
Absolutely. It has to play a big factor, playing on your home court in a national quarterfinal against a team from a long ways away. Montreal's a 10-hour drive. There's only going to be a limited amount of fans for them in this building. Everyone else is cheering on the Windsor Lancers as the fans are filling up the stands here at the TLC. And when they were announced that they were going to host this championship 2 years ago, that's when this build began. The last 4 years, the Windsor Lancers have been in the national championship tournament 3 years, so the program quality is there. And now the seniors are here. 10 players are going to graduate after this year, so they're going to lay it all on the table today. They're going to push their chips in, and they're going to go all in this championship.
I think you said it best there, Brett, that this is definitely going to be perhaps dubbed as one of the biggest games in the program's history to date. They are looking forward to taking to the court. As you can see, they're doing the final minute of their attacking warm-up. We've already had the national anthem here, and both sides, again, on paper, looks like it's pretty evenly matched. You got a 14-2 record from the RSEQ Montreal Carabins, the runner-ups from out east, versus the runner-ups, 18-2 on the campaign, Windsor Lancers, OUA silver medalists. Again, Brett, one final thought. I mean, you got 2 silver medalists looking to perhaps avenge a loss from their last outing. What do you think goes into their preparation, perhaps, just before we get that first serve underway?
Redemption. Hey, you know what you did, the finals in your respective conferences didn't go the way you wanted them to go. Time to bring the heat in the quarterfinal here. You got nothing to lose. You got everything to gain. Go for it. Play with your heart on the line, and I feel like we're going to get the best match of the day here, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all 5 sets here this evening.
Well, you heard it here first. We're expecting a good one coming up here inside the Toldo Lancer Centre, the OUA's newest venue, and the U Sports host for 2026 Men's Volleyball Championships. We'll be right back after this break to catch the first serve for you here from the Rose City. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ici-tout.tv.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Welcome back to Windsor Volleyball fans for the 2026 U Sports Men's Volleyball Championships here inside the Toldo Lancer Centre. Andrew Papadopoulos and Brett Hedges joined on the call here on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. We are so glad to have you with us for what is exciting and just something that's going to be a real show. As you can see, the light show has begun, and we're going to see a pair of all Canadians going head-to-head as the starting lineups are being announced. In fact, right now, I believe it's the hometown side here, Brett. The Windsor Lancers going to get their introduction by this home crowd. Darian Koski, first team All-Canadian, named at the U Sports Banquet this week, as you're going to look at Marcus Locky's 2024-2025 OUA Player of the Year. And on the Montreal side, Brett, you got a first-team All-Canadian in center Maxime Saint-Denis, fifth year
number
out of
7,
Ontario.
Anthony
Koski, of course,
Ivanovsky.
What do you think about, again, that matchup that we're going to see here with these All-Canadians?
Middle blocker at 6'7", like from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 8, Darian Koski.
Getting announced right now, the All-Canadian middle blocker. He led the nation in
outside hitter, standing 6'4", from Calgary, Alberta, number 12, Connor Taub.
on the court tonight, a member of the U Sports.
An opposite side hitter, standing 6'5", from Kumwela, Hawaii, number 18, Chase Bridges.
Now being announced for the Windsor Lancers is Chase Hunter Bridges.
An outside hitter, standing 6'4", from Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 20, Gustavo Siqueira. The libero at 6'2", from Winnipeg, Manitoba,
Absolutely,
number
Brett.
6,
And, we didn't see Chase
Noah
Bridges play in the
Koski.
Forsyth Cup Finals. I'm sure he's eager to take to the floor here, especially after
The head
being
coach
part
of your
just
University of
watching
Windsor
that unfold.
Lancers
I'm
is
sure he's
James
eager to get off
Gravel.
to the races. So
Assistant
an
coaches
interesting
Will
lineup change by
Alexander,
Coach James Gravel,
Jimmy
but a
L.
testament,
Turk,
perhaps, to the
Noah
depth that this
Langley,
team has,
Paul
the trust
Shearm,
in this
and
brotherhood that
Sam
we've seen them be
McCabe.
able to develop in their culture. So you see the Windsor Lancers, the host, in their mini huddle. They're about to take to the floor. They're sporting their traditional blue and gold attire with the white libero shirt being donned by Noah Koski, the brother of Darian Koski, of course. And we also got to say Scott Koski in town, the UBC Okanagan coach, is a part of our CBC Sports commentator crew this weekend here in Windsor. Did a great job with Justin Prince calling the games before, if you've been watching. Brett and I, though, we covered the hometown action here for you here all year, and we look forward to seeing these Windsor Lancers in their first outing here at Nationals in a couple of
Opening the first set, serving for Montreal.
They will have their
Number
first
17,
Nationals game on home court, Brett. The volleyball fanatic in me is so excited, and I'm sure our Lancer fans are too, as we're about to get underway. Montreal donning the white with the blue trim here. The Carabins will have first serve, and I apologize in advance for any French mispronunciations. I'm working on it with my Duolingo.
Yes, this is number 17, Simon Poulet, who will start us off here with first serve. He's from Aubagne, France, so he's legit French. He's a 6'1" outside hitter. He's in 5th year of eligibility at Montreal.
So we got a few international talents. I see there's also a member from Tunisia on the Carabins, Gaston Sagrani. So we'll see that as a missed serve. The Windsor Lancers on the board first, courtesy of a free gift from Montreal, Brett.
Yeah, and that's what this home court advantage is going to help the Windsor Lancers with. Everyone in this building is cheering on the Windsor Lancers, so that momentum, they've got to ride it here early on in this match.
First team All-Canadian, Darian Koski will do the honors here. That's fitting as he gets his first serve over and in. Played up here by the Carabins. They're going to go for their middle, and it's pegged off the Lancer middle. 5-hole between the coach's legs. A little bit of flair there, Brett, for Montreal to equalize things at 1 apiece.
Yeah, nice hit there from the big number 2, Lucas Zenier. 422 hitting percentage versus the RSEQ. And he averages 1.13 blocks percent as well.
Back to serve is Zenier. He makes that, serves the setter out of the play. 2-ball opportunity. Make it a kill for the Gooses. Loose, Gustavo Siqueira. And Brett, I'm sure Gustavo's on a mission after last week. I'm sure he felt that, there was a lot of gas left in the tank after that final. So good to see him on the board here early.
Absolutely. Gustavo's the first team All-Star. Averages 3.63 kills per set, which was 3rd in the OUA and 5th in U Sports with a 355 hit percentage.
Second team OUA All-Star Marcus Lahis makes that serve. Meantime, play goes on. Free ball was sent over. Set here for Chase Bridges. That one long and out because there was no touch, even though the Lancers tried their best with the puppy dog eyes. Refs aren't going to give it to him that time. Point Montreal here, Brett, as they'll send their next server back. That'll be number 11. Maxime Saint-Denis, again, our player to watch out for, the RSEQ MVP, U Sports first team All-Canadian. High toss on the spin, it's good. Noah Koski plays it up to Marcus Lahis for Anthony Ivanovsky, and that's a tool off the block for the Windsor native to score his first point here. U Sport Nationals, Brett, that's got to be a special feeling for the hometown guy.
Absolutely, he came back specifically for this tournament and makes his first hit count here as Windsor takes a quick 3-2 lead.
Conair Tau back to serve. This is a newer member to the squad. We've gotten used to him now. UBC transfer makes that serve, and that one is a good pipe run that finds the back court, Brent, and that's why you got 4 lines judges, right?
Absolutely, he hit that one down very quickly and leveled this game at 3-3. Back to serve now, number 8, Antoine
Casaubon.
Pardon me, there, the 6-foot outside hitter, 3rd-year player out of Ottawa.
So Casaubon makes that serve, and Lahis dishes it left side. Gustavo Siqueira gonna peg off the player defending in 1, the setter, and that would be Saint-Denis. And then a misplay by Noah Koski sends the Lancers scrambling, Brent. So a couple of out-of-system opportunities. We'll get a look at it here on the replay. So Koski, not enough forearm on that forearm pass, perhaps shanks a bit, and just a tough break there, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit of a misread there, but knowing how skilled he is, he'll get the next one.
Absolutely. He's great at redemption here, as that's the theme of the night for both these squads, as we say. And there's a pancake that gets a little burnt, and Chase Bridges gets himself one. That fires up the hometown crowd. Get a look at that.
Yeah, Chase Bridges from Hawaii came to Windsor for this opportunity to play at the national championships for the 5th-year visual arts students from Kamuela, Hawaii.
The high-flying Hawaiian, he's known around these parts as. Anthony Ivanovsky goes for a rip on the serve. Saint-Denis dishes it back here. There's a swing that is caught, and Brent, in this sport, that's no good. As number 14, that would be the guy that's hard to miss, the blue hair, Hugo Consider, with that kill.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to miss him at any time. He's got the Carabin blue hair. Sure, it took him a little bit of time in the chair to get that color, but the hit was good.
Yep, very nice play there. Dished outside. Siqueira goes against him, one-on-one. Great set by Lahis, and just like that, Brent, we're all tied up at 5.
Great back and forth action so far. Gustavo with a solid strike once again. We're going to see quickly, or sorry, on the replay here, we'll get the next one as Chase Bridges goes back for another serve.
Chase Bridges, once again, did not compete in the OUA finals, makes that serve here. And outside, rip into the block, the Windsor wall. Marcus Lahey's Mr. Aura himself, right, Brett?
Yeah, as we take a look here from this beautiful camera angle, we've got great movement, good tracking by those three blockers there. Got Lahey, Koski, and Sekera. It's going to be tough to hit around that.
Certainly so. That can definitely be the Windsor wall that they're going to look to put up here even more so. Chase Bridges here on another rip. That's good. Played up here by the Carabins. They go behind into the block. Reset play. Good work by the libero in black there. Number 10, St. Denis. And they get the persistence to pay off there, Brent.
Yeah, absolutely. Considere with a nice strike on the right side. Averages 3.8 points per set, making his presence known early on in this match.
As now we'll see, that would be number 14, Considere, makes the serve. Wow, service ace for the man with the blue dew.
Yeah, and it's a left-handed serve as well. We saw him striking with his right hand on that right side a couple of times there, so I wasn't expecting the lefty there. I didn't watch him warm up in service there, so that's something that Windsor's going to have to plan for.
Here he goes for another rip at 6-7 and make it a back-to-back ace to make it 8-6 Montreal, and 2 uncontested service aces for him, Brett. Gotta think maybe the Lancers were looking at the hair there.
Yeah, he averages 0.25 service aces per set. He's got back-to-back here. That's a big moment in this match early on.
This time, though, Koski avoids the hat trick, but it is another point. Maybe Coach Gravel wanting to think about hitting the pause button. He does so elects to use his first time out. Of course, both teams have 2%, and we'll take a moment here to thank some of our sponsors here in an ad read.
All right. CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. The best U Sports women's volleyball teams head to Langley, BC for the 2026 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship presented by Booster Juice, March 13th to the 15th. Catch the action exclusively on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. Fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usports.ca to join our fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape future U Sports Championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win U Sports prizes. Join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca.
Both teams set to return to the floor here. Windsor burns the first time out here of set number 1. Montreal with 2 in the bank. Windsor with 1 left in the reserve, and Brett, gotta wonder if Coach Gravel just wants to ice the server here, or perhaps if some strategy was exchanged in that last huddle. And again, the fans continue to pour in, and we'll see if the pressure can be applied once again by Hugo Considere, who is from Gatineau, Quebec, makes that serve that time, fresh out of the first time out, unfazed, and the Windsor Lancers able to side out with their all-Canadian Darian Koski down the middle.
Yeah, it almost looked like that set was a little behind him. With a great reach, he gets a good hit on it and is able to get the point down and stops that run by Considere, gets him off the service line, and puts Gustavo Sekera to the line for Windsor.
Beautiful adjustment made, and now Sekera will go on his spin, played up by the Carabins, and they go for a 30 shoot. That is out of bounds as a no-touch attack error happens there, Brent.
Yeah, Zenier, a little bit of mistiming there on the quick set between he and St. Denis. Back to 9-8 now after that timeout by Windsor.
Gustavo Sekera to serve again, native of Sao Paulo, Brazil. One of 2 international players on the Windsor Lancers. Misses that serve a little long that time, and unfortunately, Brett, unable to find the shaded court on that one.
Yeah, Gustavo was trying to find that back line there, like we saw Considere a few points ago. He'll come back stronger the next time. And now it's Hunter Jacobucci.
Nope, Simon Coulet. All good, Jacobucci's our guy. It's all good, as there's a dump by the Windsor Lancers to get our guys back on the board.
Yeah, great response from the Windsor Lancers here as we see great first pass and a dump off there for Marcus Lahey.
Marcus Lahey's known for that turn and burn, Brett, and on that one goes for the one-hand slam dunk. So again, a lot of flair from him, the Aurora native, son of Marquise, the first Olympic medalist for Volleyball Canada back in the 90s. Got to think he's around this weekend in this building as it's back, dug up nicely. A little bit too far out as Connor Tobe ran out of real estate, Brett. That's a hard shot to make, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Gustavo tried to put the best set that he could on it. Connor tried to make an adjustment in the air, just couldn't reach it, and the point will go to Montreal.
Just outside the antenna on that last attack error there, as the referee was not in the way of that, but nonetheless, we'll see Zenier at the line, the Ottawa native, makes his serve. Noah Koski plays it up. Marcus Lawhey, C-ball for Chase Bridges. A nice rip there, dug up nicely by the Carabins. There is a C-ball swing response by them, and that'll be Hugo Consigliere, who, again, Brad, this is a guy that they got to watch out for. 3.8 points per set he was averaging, which was third in the RASQ. Got to think he was somebody they maybe game plan for here.
Absolutely. He's been all over the place early on in this match. We'll see how Windsor adjusts.
And again, both these squads have not played each other even in exhibition all year, so it's the first meeting between the two, and what better place to do it than U Sports Nationals? As there's a missed serve by the Carabins, which will send the Aurora Storm alumnus Marcus Lawhey back to the line to serve.
And a crucial part of this match too, Windsor down 2, looking to go on a run here in the opening set.
Cuba Kinetics Major serves that good, played up and goes for a 30 shoot run. My goodness, Brett, what a run there by the middle. Ghassan Zagarni, the Tunisian. So that's one of their international players. Check that out, textbook, huh?
Absolutely, he timed that one very well. The 6'5" middle blocker, third-year player out of Tunisia. He's a physical specimen. We'll see how Windsor adjusts to his presence.
And that spin has a lot taken off it, but played. So St. Denis with the serve. Meantime, Connor Tobe with the kill, and Brett, again, UBC transfer here. UBC is also in this tournament, and you gotta think Tobe is embracing this. Is exactly what he came to Windsor for, right?
Oh, absolutely. You put in a call for the relief pitcher. You're hoping that he can get you a couple of big swings, and he does there. And now he's at the service line.
There he goes. Makes that first serve. Good, strong serve to position 1. It's a give and go back to the right side on the Carabins side. Replayed here by the Lancers. Lawhey dishes it outside for Sequeira, rejected by the Carabins. Back behind, chases Bridges on that one, and my goodness, Brett, Chase Bridges, it's like he never left.
Yeah, they definitely missed his presence during the 4-set stuff last week, but he's back here playing on the right side. Big swing on that point, and now it's back to a 1-point set here as Tobe back to the service line. 13-12, Montreal leads.
Connor Tobe makes a mistake from the service line, a little bit too long, but that's that power from being the guy they bring in from out west, Brett.
Yeah, and he's been very consistent with his float serves so far. Just a little bit too much on that one as he was trying to catch the back row. And now back to the service line for Montreal is number 8, Casabon.
Casabon into the net that time. Nothing but net is not good in this sport. She's going to trigger a substitution here, Brett. We're going to see our first change. It looks like number 9 will be checking in. That'll be Guillaume Samson coming in for Casabon. So that's a switch up there for their left sides of the back row. Maybe a different look for their defensive pipe as well.
Yeah, a little bit of a different height adjustment there. 3-4 inches difference between the two players. A little bit of an adjustment here as Ivanovsky will serve.
Into the net that time, so some friendly fire perhaps exchanged, and a buy one, get one free for the Montreal Carabins. As now they'll send their next server back. That'll be number 6, Ghassan Zagarni, as the 6'5", third-year middle takes his mark at the line, being greeted by a ton of Windsor Lancers men's volleyball alumni passionately supporting the squad behind him. And there is a passionate block by number 2, Zenier. And Brett, that was a nice penetration, wasn't it? One-on-one.
Absolutely. He was in the right position, blocks it into a soft spot in the deep in the zone there. Bridges was hoping that it floated side out, but it lands in the sector for a point.
And that one lands in. So this is overruled. So it looked pretty close, Brett. We have the luxury of a replay from our point of view, but there is no such thing as a coach's challenge at this particular time in U Sports, and a very rare overturn here. So
yeah,
maybe a momentum boost here for the Windsor Lancers. It looked super close, but again, that's why we got all these highly certified officials here in town, the best of the best, hard job to do in real time as Chase Bridges makes that serve on a spin, and we get a overpass, which has a happy accident, Brett, and they don't always have to be pretty, right?
No, they don't ask how you scored them, they just ask how many you scored. As we see there, Gustavo Sequeira tried to put a hand on it. He realized it was going to fall on Windsor's side, and now it's 17-14, Montreal leads.
Just a tough break there for the Lancer captain who tried to lay the body out, and this one's made once again by Considiere, and we see a good run by the Lancers. Noah Koski with a gorgeous dig to keep it alive, and it leads to Sequeira misfiring. Oh, I thought he caught hands on the block there, and it looks like Coach Gravel did too, as he is up at the attack line. The Lancers going to protest it. Sequeira making his case as the captain and floor lawyer.
Well, the official on the near right side here, he motioned that it was deflected out, but the official was right there. So his ruling, 2 overturns here.
At the end of the day, Brett, the guy on the stand is in charge. It is the R1. They get the last final say as there's a misfire. Perhaps the Windsor Lancers are saying the ball doesn't lie, the ye old saying, but it's just, again, a very tough job, and you think this officials crew, again, they got to work together, and we'll see how this plays out for both sides, as they can't let them into the game. They got one team already.
Absolutely.
There's a misfire there, so it doesn't even benefit the other side, as they'll make a substitution, bringing back, it looks like the sub from earlier, so the starter returns to the floor. Antoine Casabon returns for number 9, Samson. Samson played in the back row. Serve is made here by Montreal. Tough one there to get the Lancers out of system, and a free ball sent over by Connor Tobe. Played up here by the Carabins. Saint Denis to the big swing by Considerer, but he didn't consider that double block there, Brad.
Absolutely. Tobe, after he has to send the free ball over, gets reset and puts a good block on it there for big point at this time of the match. Big swing as Koski will get subbed out for number 13, Joshua Tamukas.
This is their serve and defense specialist that Coach Gravel likes to utilize, Josh Tamukas. 5th-year communication, media, and film major out of Georgetown, Ontario. This is what he's known to do here, Brett. Come in for these big serves, and they're going to need a few here if they're going to want to catch up here as we approach the late stages of set number 1. Tipped into the block. Chase Bridges plays it up. Lahey's feeding the left side, Tobe, and that's rejected, and that sends a couple of Lancers scrambling, and that'll be the end of Koski's tenure at the line and on the court as, Tamukas, as we'll see Darian Koski swap back in, and Noah Koski for his brother right away on the libero switch. On the other side, a substitution made, number 4, coming in for his first appearance, Vincent Tremblay, more proper French, excusez-moi, as he'll head back to serve for his first serve at the 2026 U Sports Men's Volleyball National Championships. You're watching it here on CBC Sports. Andrew Papadopoulos and Brett Hedges on the call with you this evening as that one's served nicely by the newcomer. And in there by a guy that's familiar around these parts, Brett. What a shot by Ivanovsky, deep to position 1. The sub is undone. What did you think of that one, Brett?
Great response for the Windsor Lancers, down by 4. Nice quick set there from Lahey's to Ivanovsky. Found the exact spot on the floor that he needed to put it, and a big point of this matchup so far.
And the guy that made it happen, the playmaker, Lahey's makes his serve on that one. Big swing into the hands, replayed. Lahey's forced to dig it. 2-ball fake out. Great set by Sequeira, and that might be the one that brings the TLC to their feet there, Brett. The memorable ones are moments like that, aren't they?
Absolutely. Great decision there from Gustavo. As he thought he might hit it, he sets it in midair, sets up Chase Bridges for a big point. Now Windsor's only down 2.
There might be more than one setter on the Lancers side of the court right now as Lahey's makes that serve. There goes again. Sequeira's going to go for the bump set this time safely. Tobe, gets rejected, and that does fire up the Carabins, who turn and face the passionate Lancer faithful.
Yeah, Zagarny with a big block there. It's part of a couple of Montreal players there, but it was Zagarny that got all of it. Big swing point, as we now see number 11, the RSEQ MVP, Maxime Saint Denis, and the first team All-Canadian at the service line.
Saint Denis in his 5th and final year of eligibility, going to go up for a spin. And it's a good one as Connor Tobe plays it up to Lahey's pipe run, 30 lane. Good work by the Carabins to scramble and send the free ball over safely. replayed here in the middle. There's a nice rip by Ivanovsky towards the cheerleaders, Brett.
Yeah, 2 sets in a row for him that he's absolutely just demolished. Makes it a 2-point game once again. Connor Tobe's going to go back to the service line. Huge moment in this match, even in the opening set.
Absolutely, as Ivanovsky's attacked one deep, the last 2 shots down the middle. As this one is in the direction of the Lancers bench. And a faux pas that brings Windsor back within 1. It's going to trigger a timeout called by Montreal. So Brett, each side using 1. And we'll use 1 here to, once again, share some special messages with you as both teams will discuss their messages in the huddle.
Fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usports.ca to join our fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape future U Sports Championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win U Sports gear. As you see the QR code on your screen, join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca. And of course, you can win U Sports prizes by doing that. Now, folks, if you'd watched Major League, the movie from the 90s, you might have heard the term just a bit outside. And unfortunately for number 8, Casabon was trying to make something happen there, but misfired on the swing. Big point in this matchup now as it makes it a 1-point set here. And a good timeout call by the RSEQ Coach of the Year, head coach Gazi Gadera, and settle his team down. You know, they're still up by 1. Time to play defense and set something up here to get yourself back up by 2 if you can get a good swing on the ball.
It's crunch time here, Brett. I mean, both sides have used a timeout. Coach Gravel called one a little bit earlier in the early stages of this first set here. And again, it is a best 3 of 5, as many know. And once again, this first set crucial to kind of set the tone, as Tobe will set the tone with that serve, making it fresh out of the timeout. And the Tunisian import with the kill. Well done run by number 6, Zagarny, who puts that away again on another 30 shoot set there, Brett.
Yeah, just an absolute monster swing from him. Big moment in this set. Montreal back up by 2.
Casabon to serve, looking to find the court this time inside. Does so successfully. Koski, Lahis, Bridges, attack in, as that is in there. What a nice cut. So he tucked it in. Wasn't too sure. Let's take another look at that. Oh my, yes it did clip it. And you love to see it, Brett. Big moment, big swing. Again, Bridges played in the semifinal. Victory over the Western Mustangs, who will be, of course, playing Trinity Western at 8 o'clock, as we just saw a substitution happen. Riley Parker, welcome to U Sports Nationals in Windsor. Hometown native, makes that first serve, back behind. It has to get a touch on it, so no dig there for Riley Parker. Goes about 12 rows up, give or take. And he'll be swapped out for his fellow hometown teammate, Ivanovsky. So Riley Parker there, just a tough bout there, eh, Brett?
Yeah, and we saw that in the 4-set cup too. He came in a couple different times, just couldn't get on a run by getting service there. But here is Zagarny.
Zagarny making the serve, Koski. And the other Koski, almost a Koski sandwich for the Lancers. And there's one for Sakara to serve some dinner for the blue and gold, who are 1 back now on the Carabins after that kill. Take a look at that great overhead shot there, Brett.
Yeah, I love that camera view there. Good swing from Sakara, goes side out off the block. Massive serve here. And Chase Bridges, let's see what he can pull off here. He's looked very good so far in this set.
Absolutely. Chase Bridges, visual arts major, making something artistic on that beautiful serve. Meantime, tipped on a tandem run. Lahis plays it up, play to the whistle, right? Dug up by St. Denis, the libero to St. Denis, the setter, swung by Consigliere. Point, Carabins, Brett, and this will be set point. Montreal with Windsor on the brink now. Timeout has to be called, right?
Yeah, it's a big moment of this set. James Gravel talking to his squad, gonna have to discuss what they're gonna do defensively on this point here. And a big discussion between him and Jimmy L. Turk right now. Guys have been working together for a very long time in this city. And, you know, massive point coming up, right? Like, what do you say to your group at this time, right? You're down by 2. It's set point. It's time to show up. It's time to get something going here, or else you're going to go down 1-0 on your home court. And of course, the last 2 years, these big matches that we've had, Queens, last year's Forsyth Cup, they win first set. Last week, Forsyth Cup, they controlled the entire set, won the opening set, and that really set the tone for the 3-set sweep there. So Windsor going to try and fight for their lives here in the final moments of this opening set to try and dig this serve and keep on playing here, because Montreal is a very solid team.
Absolutely, Brent. And you know what? Hey, today so far we've had 2 quarterfinals prior to this, and Queens Gales went up 1-0 before UBC pulled off the 3-1 win. But I agree with you 100%. You want to get that first set. It does kind of allow you to not have pressure going into set number 2. That's what we saw earlier in the first quarterfinal. Manitoba taking care of business 3-0 over Laval. And again, we still got one more matchup after this. This one certainly been on the calendar the longest, I'd say, as we'll see if Hugo Considerer, he's got 4 kills, 2 service aces, will not get one there of an ace, and Lahis will get that one in off the touch. So a little bit controversial, Brad. What do you think of that? Let's look at that again.
Yeah, Montreal thought that he was clean. They're going to say it went off of number 2, and now it's going to be set point once again, and then Coach
Guidera calls the timeout. No problem, as we're still learning these Montreal Carabins names, of course, here being OUA. More known, of course, around these parts, but nonetheless here, Brett, in this timeout, you got to think that now Windsor 1 point shy of going to extra points. Of course, you have Montreal on set point number 2 here for them. Got to think that this is going to make or break the momentum going forward for the rest of this first set.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had a moment like this in the Forsyth Cup last week, and I believe it was Gustavo Sequeira. It was 24-23, similar to this. Queens called timeout, came out of the timeout, and Gustavo hit into the net for match point there. So we're going to come out and just really emphasize, you know, a solid serve and get to the net and try and defend as best as you can on whatever Montreal is going to throw at you in this late stages. They're going to... They do not want to make it extra points here. They want to make sure they take this opening set.
Absolutely. As right now, the Lancers have 4 service errors, while Montreal's got 5. And of course, they don't want to be stalemated with that statistic here, getting out of this final timeout. So from here on out, we're playing until the next set comes about. As you're watching CBC Sports 2026 U Sports Men's Volleyball National Championships. Andrew Papadopoulos and Brett Hedges on the call with you. Gustavo Sequeira on the line to make that serve. Good job by the Lancer captain. Play goes on, and it's done for set 1. And you'll see the Carabins come to town on a business trip to go up 1-0 here in Windsor. And Brett, just before we go to commercial break here, silencing the crowd with a 25-23. Any final thoughts before we go to break here?
Yeah, solid back and forth set. Opening set there. What more could you ask for? The host team, they're digging themselves. They're going to have to dig out of the hole a little bit here, but I have full faith that they can do so here in set number 2.
And we will take a break here as both sides will switch sides, and we'll see on the other side of this commercial break. You're watching the Windsor Lancers versus the Montreal Carabins 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship here on CBC. Stick around.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back, volleyball fans, inside the Toldo Lancer Centre in Windsor, Ontario. You are watching the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball Championships from the Rose City. Andrew Papadopoulos and Brett Hedges on the call with you here for this one between the 4th-seeded Windsor Lancers down 1-0 to the 5th-seeded Montreal Carabins. Both teams were the runner-ups of their respective divisions provincially. They come here to Nationals, Brett. Big stage, probably the biggest they've had to date, and now we'll take a look at some of the numbers here. We see that 14 kills in favor of the Windsor Lancers, leading in that department to Montreal's 12, and you know, just maybe one too many errors there, as we saw both sides did have 4 each, but yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, the Carabins made more errors, so I guess it's just one of those things. It's, you know, where the numbers might be a little deceiving, but Montreal locking in with a 25-23 and a 1-0 lead as we're back underway here for set number 2. Lahis gets it started, and hatching the goose egg first is number 17, Simon Coulet, apologies. As the native from France, Brett, that's why they recruit him from overseas, I'm sure, to get hits like that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of 3 fifth-year players on this team, and he's played very well in the opening set, and now he's at the service line.
High toss there into the net, so a tough break there on what I like to call a volleyball and one, Brett, when you get the kill and then you go back to serve, but unfortunately unable to make that free attempt at the service line work out. Freebie for the Lancers.
Yeah, they'll absolutely take it. As Connor Tobe goes to the service line, he had a good first set.
Yep, Calgary, Alberta native. As Tobe makes that serve, played up here. St. Denis outside, good tempo run, rejected, replayed. Couple of fists there, Brett, to have to send it over free ball as Lahis will pipe it up for Tobe. Dug up nicely by the libero. St. Denis, free ball sent over by the Carabins. That would be Casabon, and then back behind it goes Bridges. Tipped and played up here. We'll see the Carabins swing again on the left side, trying to find an answer for Casabon, but on the right side, Bridges on a rip is rejected by Lucas Genet. The Ottawa native, Brett, getting the last laugh on that one.
Yeah, it was a great rally back and forth there. Chase Bridges with a good swing on it there, but off the block, it was going to go side out, but it hit his shoulder at the last moment, so a point, Montreal here, 2-1 lead in the second set.
As now we'll see Genier make that serve, played up, Lahis to Bridges, and that's how you got to respond, Brett, right? Right away.
Absolutely. Chase with a nice swing there, as we'll see on the replay. Nice first pass, great set for Marcus, and Chase just absolutely drilled it to make it 2-2.
And a bit of confusion between the defenders there. They were a little surprised. You take it. No, you take it.
Yeah.
And it's those little moments of hesitation, Brent. And meantime, Ivanovsky, no hesitation, making that serve, as we'll see St. Denis. C-ball, nobody wanted to block. That could have been dangerous, but good defense by the Lancers to keep it alive. And Sakara going up for a rip, rejected. Ivanovsky, tight ball sent over off the head of Sakara. Nice dive by the middle, Ivanovsky, but Lahis goes outside the antenna on his free ball attempt to try and save it. He's okay with it, Brett, but again, what hustle there by the middle, Ivanovsky. Not easy for the big guy there, listed at 6'6", going down the floor.
Yeah, and he got a nice thumbs up from James Gravel for his, as he was making the sub off, for his effort there. Marcus just couldn't get it over the antenna to keep it inbound. 3-2 Montreal.
There's a nice serve there by the Carabins. Koski to Lahis. Koski sandwich complete. Darian Koski, the first team All-Canadian, for reasons like that, Brent.
Absolutely, the fifth year. He's 6'7". Look at that extension on the swing there. He's the All-Canadian first team middle blocker for a reason. Had the highest hitting percentage in all of Canada at that position. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd feed him until they defend it well.
He's definitely their bread and butter out there with Ivanovsky in the middle, as this time around they do find a way to squeak that by. Great pipe run. I believe that was 17. Coulet with the last laugh on that kill. So he picks up his 4th kill, I believe, here on the stats. It may refresh, make it kill number 5.
Yeah, it just looked like he hung up in the air for a few moments. Great athleticism on display here at Nationals.
Certainly so, as they're taking your advice, Brett. Feed the hot hand. Darian Koski on a 61 run. What'd you think of that?
Great quick set there. Koski, Lahis, Koski. Marcus with a nice set. Beautiful hands. 4-4. Critical point on this matchup here is Coach Guedera from Montreal cheering on his team in a crucial moment.
And Gustavo Sequeira makes his serve, played up by Coulet. Saint Denis, give and go to Coulet, and there's the kill. So well done by Simon Coulet to right away. And again, Brett, you depend on your 5th years for reasons like that.
Yeah, and he is absolutely living up to the moment there. A couple of moments we saw him in the first set, and now again in the second here, he's playing very well.
As we'll see now, Zagarny, long and out of bounds. Point Lancers, so a freebie there. Just a little bit too much muscle on that one, I believe, Brett, as now we'll see the Manitoban muscle head back to the service line, and Darian Koski spent some time with the U21 Team Canada Junior National Team at one point in his career, so certainly has had some poise. And of course, father Scott Koski, a member, long time, of the Team Canada Senior Men's team back in his day. Meantime, dish behind, we see Consigliere with the kill.
He's been all over the place, playing well defensively, big swings with that left hand. He can swing with both. There he hits it with the left hand, and then now he's back to the service line where he's had a couple of aces as well.
How long do you think it took that hair dye to kick in there, Brett, as that one goes long and out?
Well, you gotta bleach it first, that's the key thing. You wanna get the good blue, you gotta bleach it first, and then you gotta dye it again. So it's probably a couple hours, a little bit of rest in between. But
yep. I wonder if him and Reed Venning off of Queens have the same product. Of course, we know Venning likes to go gold.
Yeah.
And we seen him in the earlier game with that. Definitely standing out. A+ for creativity. As this time around, a creative play happens by the Carabins, and they're able to feed that on a nice tandem run. I believe number 2 with the last one there, right?
No, that was Coulet once again.
Pardon
it was
me,
2
Coulet.
on the fake. It was Zenier on the fake, and then Coulet finishes it off. Nice play design there to go up 7-6.
As Coulet makes his serve there, so now he's in the back row, and Chase Bridges on the offside, unable to find the line that time. It's tough to do there, Brett, but I like that he chased the line there.
Yeah, he was trying to work around that block. Good tracking from the Montreal front line there. And now they go up by 2 on the miss from Bridges.
This will be Coulet once again, makes it for Sequeira, and this time that's in there as Ivanovsky puts an exclamation mark on that nice shot. Let's take another look at that if we can, as we get a look at some of the fans banging the drum, if we can. We'll get it after. I'm sure it's in the reserve.
Yeah, it's 3 or 4 times now that Ivanovsky's had some good hits in the middle, as Connor Taube with the service line.
Nice job there by Taube to make it. Give and go outside for Casabon, off the shoulder and in. Point Lancers, crazy 8s up on the board here, Brad, all knotted up at 8s.
Yeah, great tracking from the Windsor Lancers there on that double block there from Ivanovsky and Bridges. Last touch by Montreal. It was going to go side out, but it was last touch by Carabins.
And Taube makes that serve. Trouble on Montreal's side. Great return set on the high ball. Out of system play. Reset. Lancers send a free ball over in a scramble, and a dump is rejected by Sequeira. A perfect read. Out of system. C ball. Ooh, a little bit overrun there, but a free ball sent over. So both sides trying to get one here. This might be the one as Taube finds a tip over. Free ball sent over. Both sides having a chat mid-rally. As this one is off the hands.
Wow.
Replay. Don't you love a long rally here, volleyball fans? And we'll see who gets the better end of it. It is the Carabins. And that fires up the royal blue in the crowd here, Brett.
Yeah, Casabon with a nice finish there, but it was the digs from Considere who kept that alive multiple times during that rally. We talked about how well-rounded he is, and right there, just great passes to keep this rally going.
Great athleticism on display there. And again, this is why you earn the right to be here. As this time around, a missed serve happens by Lucas Genier. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back, Brett, but I guess best thing he can do is move on.
Yeah, he was trying to just clip over. He was just trying to clip the net there, but unfortunately missed. It's tied up at 99.
As now Ivanovsky heads back. Nursing Major can't get that one to find the court, as that's a misfire in the direction of the Detroit River. To give you some geography here, University of Windsor campus very close to the United States border here.
Yeah, we're a couple 100 meters away from the Ambassador Bridge.
Definitely don't want to declare that serve at Customs, though, as we'll see here if this serve finds it in, and it does. The Carabins break that, and a nice run by Darian Koski just across his body there, Brett, as they meet the Carabin at 10 apiece.
Yeah, check it out once again. Marcus Law-East just feeding Darian Koski in the middle. Montreal couldn't get a good dig on it. We're tied up at 10.
Tough break there for the libero Alexandre Saint-Denis, as he tried to get a piece of it, but not enough to get it up there. And again, underrated position libero. Yours truly once played that at the OUA level, as there's a spin service ace with a lot of flair. Who else but the high-flying Hawaiian?
And a key moment of this set, too. Just couldn't get enough on that first pass. As you'd say in high school, to shank you as it goes up into the stands. Windsor with their first lead here. 11-10, big moment.
As Bridges will try and run another one back. Buy one, get one free. That seems to happen a lot often, Brett. I mean, these are high-risk, high-reward serves, though.
Yeah, Chase had the right idea. Just a little bit lower than he wanted it to be. And now back up to 11s apiece. And this is going to be Casabon at the service line.
Casabon indeed at the service line. Into the net, so 2-for-1 special maybe, as now the Windsor Lancers will get one back. And a substitution, they're going to swap out Casabon again for Samson, who returns, the Val-d'Or, Quebec native, who studies history.
Yeah, we saw this substitution in the first set as well. Samson with an extra 3 inches in height than Casabon. We'll see what Guillaume does in the back row.
Interesting, as there's a service error, so I guess the serving woes continue for both sides. But interesting that they want to make a taller player go into the back row. Usually you think it'd be the opposite, but I guess now, Brett, the way the game's played, you need your back row attackers to be just as effective as your front row in order to create those one-on-one opportunities, one player to one blocker. So really good swap there by the RSEQ Coach of the Year. Meantime, serve made, played goes on. Tight ball. Ooh, Tobe couldn't exercise the soccer kick to get under it. So tough break there, Brett.
Yeah, and that starts on the first pass. Gustavo stepped in front of Noah Koski there, made Noah make the second, made him set it. It was off the line, close to the net, and then Montreal just dumps it.
Easy dump block for them, and a service ace on that one, and that was a bada boom, bada bang play there, as we saw the Selly by the server rather, as that would be Ghassan Zagarni, the Tunisian, playing with a lot of passion here, Brett. Love to see it from the international player, especially when you're traveling thousands of kilometers away from home. And this time around, his passion is met with a service error and a little bit of love given back to him from the Lancer faithful, as Windsor will take one back to the line, trailing by 1 here. We'll see Darian Koski return to take his mark at the service line.
Yeah, 14-13, critical point in this second set here. Windsor looking to go on a run and regain the lead.
Koski, business major at the Odette School of Business, looking to take care of business at the service line, makes the serve. One-on-one, that's a setter's dream, Brett, as Hugo strikes again. Considiere, you can't leave him alone, can you?
Absolutely, and he plays bigger than his 6'2" frame. He absolutely has elevators for calves as he rises up above that block and smashes it with the left hand as we go again here.
Definitely a lot of strong men on the RESQ teams we'll see on Laval, as there's a strong swing out of bounds in direction of the Carabin bench, and that's going to force Coach James Gravel for the Windsor Lancers to use his first timeout, and that is the first timeout to be called here in set 2. Montreal up 16-13. We'll get a chance here to go through some ads here for you. What do we got, Brett?
CBC Sports is CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best U Sports women's hockey teams as they face off in the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship in Woolwich, Ontario. The action begins Thursday, March 19th on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. The U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. Critical point in this set, Andrew. Montreal at 16-13. They've played very well coming down from Montreal in the first round of this national championships. What are your thoughts so far on this set?
I think Montreal, Brett, is here for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you know, we talk about Laval from the RSEQ, who of course ended up being the RSEQ champions, but Montreal ranked first, of course, in the league with the 14-2 record on the campaign. They've earned every right to be here. They are notoriously a nationals contender out of the province of Quebec. You see their physicality. Also, Brett, you know, fun fact for you, if you don't know, the way the Quebec school system works is that you do get to have extra eligibility compared to other provinces in U Sports. So some of these guys are older, a little bit more physically mature, and you do see that here perhaps kicking in against a younger Lancer squad. Missed serve in the meantime. Sometimes just that grown man's strength is too much to handle. But the Lancers have some older guys as well. And Sakara and Koski, as there's a missed serve you get a look at. Good call on the timeout by OUA Coach of the Year, James Gravel.
Yeah, and good discipline showed by Connor Taube there. He could have tried to dig that serve as he thought maybe he was going to dive in the court, but his eyes didn't lie.
Absolutely. And again, the physicality that these Quebec teams bring is pretty good, but the Windsor Lancers have that flair. Here's a nice flare set there run. St. Denis gonna go for a swing. One hand nonchalant dig by Sakara. Ooh, and a rare faux pas that is just gonna play on because doubles are rarely called now, Brett. It's a official's discretion call. Yep. It doesn't matter how much spin is on that ball. As we saw the Montreal bench complain about it. Yep. It works out for him though.
Yeah, absolutely. To go up 17-14, took advantage.
I'm sure Lahis would like to dish out a cleaner one sometimes to sweat on the balls. That's why we got three of them down there. As the serve is made, play goes on. Coulet with the serve. Taube with the hit. St. Denis with the dig. To St. Denis, the setter. Swung into the block of Ivanovsky, and welcome to Windsor, Montreal.
Yeah, great reset there, but great defense from Montreal on the opening hit of that rally. After Montreal gathered, nice tracking there by the two-man wall there, Connor Taube and Ivanovsky get themselves within two. Big moment of this match.
Absolutely. As we might have given the commentators jinx there, Brett. I know I'm guilty of that. As we'll see a substitution made by the Carabins. They're going to bring back Tremblay to serve. But for sure, I agree with you. I think these next few points are going to matter as we approach the late stages here, midway through set number 2. Montreal up 1-0 after taking it 25-23 inside this building on the road. The visitors missed serve by Vincent Tremblay, and you got one job, Brett, to come in, and now he's going to come out. I mean, what are your thoughts on that faux pas?
Yeah, unfortunate for the first year player out of Lorraine, Quebec. Tremblay he came in, tried to do what he could do, but unfortunately misfires on the serve. Opens the door for the Windsor Lancers, now down by 2, and Ivanovsky at the service line.
Bit of a rookie mistake. Sends a veteran to the line here. A nice, strong, confident serve by Ivanovsky. Here's a nice pipe run. Too nice. But a pretty impressive barrel roll there by Marcus Lahis. And point Montreal. Let's take another look at that if we can. But if not, oh, we get one. Oh, well, look at that. We can admire the multi-sport athleticism. Maybe Marcus did some gymnastics growing up. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, fantastic pipe run from Montreal there, back up by 3.
And the spin serving coming. St. Denis makes the serve. Lahis dishes it to his middle. St. Denis with a one-hand dig to the other St. Denis in black there, the libero. And we see a long shot committed. Attack error, and Josh Tamukis is coming back in, Brett, to serve and defend.
Chase Bridges will take a short rest as Tamukis will come in to serve. Rare error that we've seen from Considere earlier today as he sends it long on the kill. And two-point set here.
Josh Tamukis at the line, 5th and final year of eligibility. Will be off to Teachers College next year. Got to think he'll stay involved with the program as well. And this one is a double violation. So funny how we just mentioned that it's not really called often. Timeout will be called. But in moments like that, Brett, they matter. And Tamukas will have to wait for his second serve as the Montreal Carabins will use a timeout.
Fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usportsfans.ca to join our fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape future U Sports Championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win U Sports prizes. Join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca. And some U Sports fans must be happy with this one. This has been a very exciting matchup so far, as you know, a full TLC and a 1-point set. Second set. Not much to be upset about if you're a volleyball fan here. We hope that you guys are enjoying the broadcast from wherever you are across the world. And thank you for joining us on CBC.
Absolutely, Brett. And so far, again, you wouldn't think that this was the first time Windsor was hosting this event, as now you can see nearly somebody in every section of the TLC. It's exciting. And we're taking a look at the numbers here as we admire the crowd. You can see it's been back and forth for the most part, despite, again, such a close margin all throughout. And even on the stats, what do you think of these numbers in front of us here?
These numbers are almost identical. Like, Montreal's got 48 attacks and 22 kills for a hit percentage of .312. Windsor with a hit percentage of .273. And errors basically the same on both sides. So anything can happen here on a big swing.
Here's the right side swing, big one, but an even bigger block by Gustavo Siqueira, and the goose is loose, Brett.
Incredible single block there as he tracks it. He's able to get in front of number 9 for Montreal, that's Sampson. And now a big moment of this match is Tamukas is back to the service line. This will be his third time.
Tamukas to serve again. Known to have the ice in his veins at the line as he'll go up for the hybrid serve. Oh my goodness, commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Gets him, and our voice really does carry sometimes, doesn't it, Brad?
Yeah, I guess so. He was trying to catch that back corner, but it went off the side of his hand a little bit. And so Montreal will have serve with a 20-19 lead. Josh goes and takes a seat. Chase Bridges comes back in the back row. And here's Sampson.
Sampson with a rip, his first serve. It's a strong one. Meantime, Chase Bridges down the line. Nice job by Alexandre Denis. And St. Denis, the setter, to set. Considier, touch in. Either way, it's Montreal's point.
Yeah, two-point lead now. Critical moment of this set. Sampson to the service line, and it started with a great serve that Gustavo Siqueira had to dig to make on the first pass here. So let's see how it goes again.
Valdor, Quebec native. Strong one to the Winnipeg, Manitoba native in Koski, and the Frenchman with the rejection on Lahis. And that will trigger Windsor's second timeout, the last one they are able to use here in set number 2, trailing by 3, Brett. Oh my goodness. Just real quick, I gotta say, this could be crunch time now for the blue and gold, as they're gonna find themselves here in a desperate situation coming out of this timeout. Hopefully they're able to breathe and regroup, and we'll take a second to regroup with some reads here on our ads.
CBC Sports is Canada's home for university sport. The best university swimmers in Canada are in Markham, Ontario at the 2026 U Sports Swimming Championships. Daily coverage begins at 9:30 Eastern Time, with heats followed by medal races at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. The 2026 U Sports Swimming Championships exclusively on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. The University of Windsor doesn't have a swimming program, but a local athlete from LaSalle, which is about 10 minutes west of here, Kylie Moss, was an absolute beast in the pool for the Varsity Blues up in Toronto. Multiple Olympic medalists there. So there's some swimming pedigree in Windsor for the folks that don't know, but the Lancers themselves don't have the swimming program.
It's a great sports town, isn't it, Brett? And of course, we know if you're a Windsor Lancer supporter, the Queen's Cup happening here in our neck of the woods tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I know you'll be over at the Capri Pizzeria Recreation Complex. We hope to have you back here as well at Toldo. Lots happening in this town sports-wise as Coulee continues to enjoy his time in Windsor. with another nice rejection at the net. And Brett, they're 2 away from going up 2-0 here. Got to think that the Lancers need this one.
Absolutely. Coulee with another big point, just like he did right before the timeout. 4-point lead for Montreal. Samson still at the service line.
Samson, high toss serve off the tape. Conair Taube, nice read to get behind it. Gustavo Siqueira wipes it off the block. Well done there by the Sao Paulo, Brazil native, and he'll head back to the service line here for what I like to call volleyball and one.
Yeah, Gustavo plays it off the block there, side out. Now it's back to him at the service line for a big moment. I've said that a couple times, but they're all big moments here in a national quarterfinal.
Absolutely, Brett, as every point does matter. Of course, on the line is the chance to play for hardware in the top 4 semifinals tomorrow, as this one will help the Lancers' cause and perhaps achieving that on a misfire. A rare mistake, and that's going to actually cause a timeout. The last one of set number 2 to be called. Both sides using all their timeouts so far in this one.
Yeah, and it's a critical time to do that, right? He just wants to settle his players down, make Gustavo Siqueira, sit down for a little bit, think about it. He was on a run, two serves in a row, as we see some fan shots from around the TLC. Coach Guedera has been, talking to his team the entire time in between points, doing little adjustments here and there. And now you can see from our vantage point here, he's got the whiteboard out. He's talking about what they want to do on certain points. And you just see on our camera view right now, James Ravel talking to his squad about how they want to attack this point at 21-23. They don't want to lose the next point here, and they want to try and do whatever they can to continue this set.
So Brett, it looks like that the Montreal Carabins coach Gazi Guedera has a Tunisia connection, and of course we may mention one of his players from Tunisia in Ghassan Zagarni. So pretty cool that it seems like he hails from there. We're looking at his bio here on the website. He's had a 26-year career as an athlete, played senior and professional volleyball level, was a standout player for the Tunisian national team between 1990 and 2008, was at the Olympic Games in Athens, Greece in 2004, and also in Atlanta 96. So he's seen a lot of volleyball, and that's amazing that you're able to bring the best and brightest. As we're back underway here, international player Siqueira makes the serve, and a free ball sent over by Concidier. Koski, out of system set. Taube, long shot out. Point, Montreal, and it's set point, Brett, with the Lancers on the brink, out of timeouts. They got to trust themselves here. But who's at the line here? The Tunisian import in Zagarni. I just love how international U Sports has become. You love to see the best in the world coming to study and play post-secondary. Makes our championship wonderful here as the Lancers trying to prolong the second set. They make the first swing with Taube, and a rejection on the block. They stop Coulee. Coulee goes for a tip. Bridges going here. Lahis for Taube off the hands. Good job by Montreal to get in the right spots defensively. What a set there, but it is long and out of bounds. No touch. Windsor getting away with one there, Brett, by the skin of their teeth. What do you think of that?
Massive. Great rally from both sides. Great defense on both sides. And here comes Riley Parker for a big serve for the Windsor Lancers.
Riley Parker, Windsor, Ontario native, a Sky Volley alum. Looking to be a hometown hero. He's got his full family here in attendance. Kaylee, his sister, current assistant coach with the Windsor Lancers women's volleyball program, and a former D1 and professional volleyball player herself. As there's a tip over the block. And Taube gonna get a give and go from Lahis. Off the fingers and out. Brett, they're 1 point shy from making it extra points. What do you think of that?
Great rally. Great, and what I mean bad is, great run from being down by a handful of points to make it a 1 point set here, as James Gravel talks to Riley about where he wants to directionally serve this one.
Riley Parker, float serve incoming. It's good. Played up by the Carabin. Right side, Concidier. Identical score, identical results, Brett. And Hugo Concidier continues to be a force out there. His 9th kill, one shy of the lead from his teammate Simon Coulee. Montreal takes a 2-set advantage, Brett, here in Windsor. And when we come back After this break, we'll see set 3 action. You're watching the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship here on CBC from Windsor.
We have a special treat for you all today. We'll be having 2 teams competing in a relay race, but not just any relay race. This relay race is going to be on.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009, steel sharpens steel.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Territoire du Nord-Ouest, le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est icitout.tv.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to Windsor volleyball fans inside the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball National Championships happening here in the Toldo Lancer Centre in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Andrew Papadopoulos and Brett Hedges have been on the call with you for this action. The Montreal Carabins coming into this one as the quote-unquote underdogs, the RSEQ finalists. Currently up 2-0, Brett, in the best of 5. They only need 3 to win it. Windsor Lancers going to need 3 of their own here. It's hopefully reverse sweep time if you're a blue and gold fan. 4th seeded coming into this, 3rd nationally ranked in the country, the highest in the program's history to date. Brett, they've come so far to be in this moment. What goes into this now with knowing your back's against the wall for the Lancers?
Honestly, you just got to take it 1 point at a time. Like at this point, you're down 2 sets. The numbers are almost identical on both sides. Like Windsor's got players with 4 players with 5 points each, but for Montreal they've got 2 players with 11, which is Coulet and Considere. So Windsor's spacing out their offense. Montreal has been focusing on that offense more so on 2 players. So they're going to have to make adjustments defensively to counter that. But we'll start off with opening point here.
Yes, Bridges on the misfire there, but I agree with you, Brett, that Marcus Lahis has been running a diverse offense. You see Ivanovsky 4 kills, Koski 4 kills down the middle, Sakara 4 kills, Bridges with 5 kills, just 5 errors on that one. So very diverse, 17 assists as he looks for assist number 18 here now. And he gets it. Conair Tobe on the other side. Maxime Saint-Denis getting his guys going with the 22 assists. So the setters have been good at getting their guys going as we see Lahis there making that happen. There he goes now up for his first serve of set number 3.
Yeah, and the reason why Windsor's had to space out their offense is because of the defense from Montreal. They've been very good at blocking, very good at digging on specific hits. So, wow, nice dump off.
Yes, Saint-Denis shows us why. He is the RSEQ reigning MVP. A little bit of flair there to dump one into the pot. It's a tough spot to defend, Brett, because it's one of those places that creates reasonable doubt because you got all these guys watching it, and it's like, you take it. No, you take it.
Yeah.
But a very good read there by the setter nonetheless to get the kill. Oh, and a misfire into the net, as that's a tough service error for Lucas Zenier. Windsor gets a freebie, Brett.
Yeah, and we'll see the libero check in there as Zenier takes a break. and he's been very good as well. That's number 10, Alexandre Saint-Denis.
Averaging 2.22 digs per set, third in the RSEQ. So he had a good campaign, no doubt, on defense, helping them get here to this point, as there's a block by Ivanovsky meantime. And outside, another rejection. Ivanovsky going for the hit. That one's dug up nicely. One hand, one-on-one. It's tipped off the hands of Bridges and out, and the Carabins side out again, Brett.
Yeah, great reload there. Multiple times Windsor was there with the block. Great digs from the Montreal side. And this time, they're able to knock it off the block side out for the point to go up 3-2.
And sometimes, Brett, like, it's just when there's those tight sets, right? You have limited real estate. Why not go for the wipe? And we've seen that a few times from both sides. Some smart play up at the net here as Lahey's going to feed Sekera. And that's swung into the hands, played up here. And Saint-Denis back behind to Considiere. That's long and out. Bounces about 6 rows up, and Windsor once again in it. Oh, hold on a second, Brett. Wait a minute.
They're saying it's a net violation.
Ah, yes, it looks like that will indeed be the case, and Montreal gets the doubled up lead here as a result of the Lancers being called on the net. So the crowd loves it, as you can hear in the background. Not really, as now we will see Montreal try to take advantage of that. Here is Maxime Saint-Denis, able to make that nice spin. Lahey's back behind. Oh, that's using your head, kid, as Chase Bridges is in the right place at the right time. Noah Koski plays it up, another good rally here, and Connor Tobe is rejected on the block. Desperate set there by the Lancers. Roll shot over by Sekera, still playing, back behind. Considiere, nice dig by Lahey's. Tobe to his counterpart. Sekera rejected, replayed. Sekera a little bit less sauce on that one. Saint-Denis, the libero, setting up his man. That is long and out. Brett, don't you love the rallies we are seeing?
Let's see that once again.
Absolutely. Ooh, that is, wow. As you see Montreal, they were wanting to contest it, but yeah, it looked very close. Again, we have that replay technology. They don't have that luxury on the floor, but the Lancers here will take advantage of that. They'll take it, yeah. They all add up, right? That's for sure. As we'll see Ivanovsky make that serve. Saint-Denis, the libero, up for the setter. Saint-Denis tipped over. A little bit of a disconnected play there by the middle. Meantime, roll shot over. Middle gets a chance to pass it. Saint-Denis outside. Considiere on the offside. Ooh, that one may have landed in, and I believe it did. Montreal thought perhaps it was behind the shaded court there, Brett, but we'll take a look here and see if the, yeah, you know, it looks like that was
just in front of the line.
Yep, good call there by the lines person.
Yeah, the rear left official there. That was out of the screen. She made the decision there.
Very nice. That's why we got 4 of them, right? Again,
absolutely.
All corners covered. As Ivanovsky tries to go for a corner, that's taped off the net. And a heavy swing. It's good. I felt like the time froze for a moment. Lahey's with a good save there. Good defense by Marcus Lahey's. There's another one. Good dig. And we see Tobe setting it tight. Nice job by Sekera on the cut. Free ball by Hugo Considiere. Yeah, all we can think is wow here. Buckle up, volleyball fans, as Bridges goes for a rip. Point Windsor.
Huge point. Nice rally back and forth as we see defenses on both sides. Beautiful back set from Lahey's. Great swing from Chase Bridges. They needed that. Up 5-4 here in the third set.
Absolutely. If you're going to try and go for a set win, or let's say it, a reverse sweep, you're going to need all the energy you can get and all the momentum, as that helps the cause. Meantime, Saint-Denis feeding the right side, rejected by Sekera and Darian Koski. There's a rip into the net, and the Tunisian import playing with a lot of passion. He swings at the net afterwards, and I think the official here, Brett, might just remind him, let's let cooler heads prevail.
Yeah, I mean, it's a critical moment, right? He thought he could have a big swing on it, misfires.
Yeah, that would be Zagarny, of course. Again, he's playing with a lot of passion here. Ghassan Zagari, native of Kalibia, Tunisia. And once again, we mentioned the coach connection as well. Really cool that there is some volleyball from around the world coming to U Sports. Makes it interesting. 6-4 Lancers, meantime, making things interesting here in Windsor as the crowd is alive once again. You feel the pulse. And Montreal feeling a bit of a heartbeat there, Brad, on that rip. Good job by Hugo Considiere. That's his 11th kill, leading the way once more.
Yeah, he's been fantastic all match long. Using that big left-handed swing there.
Yes, as we'll see Samson at the line next. Heavy blow. Nice job by Noah Koski to keep it alive. Darian Koski with the rip to help his brother earn that one. Nice job there by the Windsor Lancers, Brett. That's just textbook right for your middle, and I got to go back to what you said earlier, right? When he's hot, you got to use him.
Absolutely, yeah. The libero, Saint Denis for Montreal, couldn't quite get enough of his arm on it there. Went off the shoulder and side out. 7-5 Windsor leads.
Chase Bridges up for a spin here. Nice one as Saint Denis plays it up. And hello, bonjour, as it's the front row saying hello to the setter, and just a tough pass, and this will trigger Montreal's first timeout. First time we've seen this, Brett, where Montreal's used the timeout first, as Windsor has momentum and life 8-5 here in set 3. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's the largest lead that Windsor's had today at any point of this match. So 8-5 they lead, and it's a big moment. They need to be able. They're going to need a lot of these in a row if they're going to get themselves in a with a chance to take this set and this match here. So the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship continues all weekend at the University of Windsor through March 15th. Tournament packages and single game tickets are on sale now. Visit usportstickets.ca to guarantee your seat today. Chase the glory. And of course, lots and lots of fans here tonight at the TLC. This is the first time that the University of Windsor have hosted the national championships. They've had a men's volleyball team since 1967. And this is the first time they've hosted nationals. Of course, this is the newest venue in all of the OUA. The TLC coming into play a couple of years ago, and as soon as this building was open, Windsor put in the bid to host the national championships. That was awarded in 2024, and since then the build has been on. Windsor has been to the national championship as the bronze medal winner before, as the silver medalist before. Now this is the first time as the host, and they need to take advantage of this hometown crowd here, up 8-5 in the third set with Chase Bridges at the service line.
I remember, Brett, when they qualified for their first U Sports Nationals back in 2018, back when yours truly was playing with the Trent Excalibur. It was amazing to see them, and again, Coach Gravel, to his credit, and the culture in place to be able to make this event happen. Love to see it as we're back underway here. Windsor with the momentum. Saint Denis feeding Consigliere. Nice dig there by Bridges to get in it. Very tight, tough ball there for Sakara. He would have had to grow a third arm there, Brent.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Koski tried to set him up on that second hit there, just outside of his hit radius, as it makes it 8-6 now, and sending big number 6, Gassan Zagarni, to the service line, the big 6'5" middle blocker from Tunisia.
As there's his serve there, it takes Tobe off his feet. Lahis, nice high ball set. Sakara finds a way, the South American sniper, Brett. And you gotta love that Gustavo's family's in town to watch this event for him. I know it's special. They rarely get the chance to come up from Sao Paulo, Brazil, from what I've been told. So, you know, we see the Brazilian flag in the crowd. I'm sure he's excited to be playing in front of them, no doubt.
And great timing and discipline and adjustment on that point as well. He had to wait a moment to hit it. He does that, and Windsor's up by 3 again.
Tandem run once again by Montreal. Maxime Saint Denis goes for another one, and that does throw off the blocker's timing there, Brett, as you see Lahis wishing he could have that one back.
Yeah, Kool-Aid once again with the kill, makes it 9-7. He's in double digits today. Been very good, and now Consigliere at the service line for Montreal.
Consigliere with 11 kills, 3 service errors, make it 4. 2 service aces, however. Kool-Aid with the 11 kills, so both in double digits, as you mentioned. Substitution incoming for Montreal. They're going to bring in number 3, Etienne Charbonneau, for his first appearance here. Montreal native, getting to play for his hometown team, school. Sure, that's special for him, no doubt, as the Lancers break into double-digit territory first here in set number 3. And it looks like Charbonneau is going to be used as a back row right side for Hugo Consigliere, who the man he just checked in for.
Yeah, I'll give you a stat about him in a moment.
As Koski misses his serve in the meantime, and what's that stat?
Etienne Charbonneau from Montreal. He has a school record. He had 31 kills against the University of New Brunswick on February 14th. So, you know, this guy can swing it too.
So he had a great Valentine's Day this year, Brett, that's
Incredible.
for sure. Glad to see it for him. A lovely outing as there's a lovely kill by Chase Bridges. Gets the rip down the line that he wants, and it looks like Montreal, the coach had something to say to the ref there. Not too sure what that was about, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the protest was about, but another solid kill from Chase Bridges.
Absolutely.
Puts Windsor back up by 11. Or sorry, 11-8.
Yes. 11-8 as Lahis makes the serve. Meantime, Lancers hoping to get that 11-point gap at one point as he'll go here. Lahis outside. Tobe on the block for Montreal there. They replay it, the Lancers. Nice set by Lahis. Ooh, it hits the floor, and so does Gustavo Siqueira.
Yeah, nice tracking there by the two-man blocking unit of Zenier and Sampson. Going across that formation there, tracking that block. 11-9, Windsor leads now with Zenier going to the service line. 6'4" middle blocker.
Ottawa, Ontario native as well. Really cool to see a lot of Ontarians on this roster as a missed serve happens, and that's really cool if you're a Lancer fan, no doubt. That is service error number 16, Brett. They've had 3 aces and 16 service aces among the 3 sets. Wow, eh?
Yes, absolutely. That's a big number, and Windsor will take every single one of those. Connor Tobe at the service line now for the Lancers.
No doubt, as the Tobe there will make that serve. 61 pipe run is good, and just play it off any part of the body and hope it gets up there, as we saw the pectoral region on Lahis get challenged there.
Yeah, Kool-Aid, once again, just an absolute beast in this match. Makes it a 2-point set here in the third. He's been everywhere, and just great athleticism on display here.
Yes, Kool-Aid, again, native of France, earning more than just stamps in his passport here, definitely with the 12 kills here tonight. There's another international talent, Mr. Worldwide with the cross-court kill. Gustavo Siqueira, South American sniper, Brett.
As we see on the set, nice set from Lahis, cross-court kill from Gustavo. Now Ivanovsky at the service line for the Lancers.
Anthony Ivanovsky, once again, you made mention earlier, decided to defer the nursing career a year to try and pursue a nationals experience here in Windsor, as he's here now, and the Lancers deliver for him on that nice block.
Yeah.
Chase Bridges.
Bridges was there, Koski also there, but that was all Chase Bridges on that block. Hits the floor, Windsor up by 4 here in the third set. Ivanovsky still at the service line. Windsor looking to go on a run here in set number 3.
Ivanovsky hoping to nurse his team back into this contest here from the line. Up by 4, good serve there, helping the cause. There's a rip from the pipe. Who else but Simon Kool-Aid, Brett?
And he plays so much bigger than his 6'1" frame. He's a 5th-year player, 6'1", but that vertical has got to be close to 40 inches, just absolutely hanging in the air, and smokes it to make it back to a 3-point set here, as number 9, Guillaume Sampson at the service line.
Out. And out of bounds. Nice freebie for the Lancers as they reach 15 first, 10 away from finding a way to prolong this best 3 of 5, with Chase Bridges heading back to the line, Brett. And again, you said it earlier too, they will take every mistake made their way. It all goes towards their points total, and now Chase Bridges embracing the hometown crowd behind him. Here is the serve into the net that time. Ooh, a little bit rough. Maybe the extra sound wave got him.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of mistimed his jump and his toss. So it goes into the net. It's still a 3-point lead for the Windsor Lancers. Number 6, Zagarny to the service line. 6'5" middle blocker from Tunisia.
And Zagarny, he had 3 service errors prior to that, not one there, and
huge.
No mistake made by Darian Koski. What a shot there, Brett.
Yeah, and a beautiful set from Lahis, as we see here on our overhead camera. Quick swing, point for the Windsor Lancers, restore their 4-point lead.
Right between the seam of the block there. Very nice read by the veteran Darian Koski, and that'll send another veteran in Gustavo Siqueira to the service line. And there's a serve, heavy blow to the net though. Windsor's got to find a way to make these serves, Brett, if they want to keep this lead.
Absolutely, right? That's 2 opportunities now Windsor's had with a 4-point lead to extend it, and they've hit it into the net on the serve. So 16-13 now. In to serve is Etienne Charbonneau, who subbed in earlier in this set.
And Charbonneau, first serve is good. It's an out-of-system ball here by the blue and gold, as they will rip one off the elbow of Kool-Aid. So a nice hit there by Conair Tobret.
Yeah, and Coulee recognized his mistake because they had the libero, St. Denis, right behind him. As soon as he turned his head, he realized that ball was going right for the libero there. Windsor up 4 points. And Darian Koski, their all-Canadian middle blocker, to the service line.
And a first-team OUA All-Star as well, as he's back to serve. Here's the float serve by Koski. It's good. Maxime St. Denis finding his middle. It's rejected by the Lancers middle. Here's a little bit of a fake-out set, but a free ball sent over by the Carabins, and no free ball there. It's earned, not given, Brett. And that one is a little bit long for Montreal to find some shaded court. Good work by Ivanovsky.
Yeah, great resolve from the Windsor Lancers there. Good discipline to not dive for that ball as they could see who was going out. And that draws a timeout now. Up by 5 in the third set. Windsor looking to close this out. 7 points to go. Good timeout call from Coach Guedera from Montreal. And time to settle down the troops a little bit and get the Windsor Lancers overthinking perhaps, maybe over-calculating on their hits, and moving on here in the third set. Fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usportsfans.ca or click the QR code on the screen to join our fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape future U Sports Championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win U Sports prizes. Join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca.
Well, Brett, this has been Windsor's biggest lead. Gotta say, are they going to be able to keep it here as we wrap up things here in this timeout? They've been playing with momentum, and that's what you need in these moments, right? It doesn't feel like they're down 2-0 right now. This does feel like a 1-1 at this point, I would say. What do you think goes into the mentality here, coming back in with a 5-point advantage? Looks like Josh Jamuk is checking in, by the way, for Darian Koski to serve next.
Well, you as a team, you reflect the personality of your coach, right?
Absolutely.
And James Gravel is a reserve guy. He will fire up the boys when he needs to, kind of a thing.
For sure.
But it's always, hey, let's take care of what we need to take care of. Make sure we have a good first pass. Do solid things fundamentally, and let's play volleyball.
Absolutely.
So up 5.
Don't get too high or too low. And Tamukas that time finds a happy medium over the net and unable to get a touch on the dig there. That'll be the end of his shift this time around as he'll swap out for Koski. Darian DK returns, and then Noah Koski will swap in for his brother, defensive duty. So just a tough ball there, Brent down the line, ricocheted off the block, but Lancers playing with a little bit of house money, up by 4 here. Can't get too comfortable though, of course. No lead is safe in U Sports as this one is served over by Coulee meantime, and the Lancers find themselves with a Marcus Lawhees violation there because he was in the back row, I believe, and he reached beyond the pane.
Yeah, he was trying to challenge at the net there. He thought it was a little bit closer to him. He had to overextend himself.
So, sorry, he was front row there. Just, yes, he did reach a little there, but no problem nonetheless, as the Lancers will play on and earn one right back. That's what you got to do. You don't win or lose by 1 in volleyball, Brett. It's a win by 2 type of game.
That's right. They restore the 4-point lead here. Coach Guedera cheering on his team from the Montreal sidelines. Coach Williamson talking to James Gravel, who relays the serve position to Marcus Lawhees.
And Lawhees makes the serve. Played up and tipped in a good spot. Noah Koski, tight ball there. Oh, it's a double contact, finding Ivanovsky a little off guard there, Brett. And Montreal's going to make a substitution. Looks like a guy that's going to want some redemption at the service line. We saw him miss his last one. That would be, of course, the first-year Vincent Tremblay, Lorraine, Quebec native. And we'll see here if the freshman can redeem himself. Dun, dun, dun. A little bit of suspense, but nonetheless, it's fun. You know, he's got to embrace this crowd, too, being its first Nationals appearance, and I'm sure he's excited, him and his family. So here he goes. The youngster makes that serve. Well done, as Koski plays it up for Lawhees. Outside, Chase Bridges on the offside. Replayed there. Noah Koski had to play it. Meantime, back for Chase Bridges on the left side. Almost an opportunity. Free ball desperately sent over, and sometimes, Brett, desperation pays off, and so does persistence. And we see it there.
Yeah, what a rally here as we're seeing on the replay. That's Charbonneau who makes the original stab at it. Number 6, Zagarny sends it over, and it just finds a soft spot on the floor. That's going to draw a timeout from James Gravel and the Windsor Lancers here, up by 2 now. So a big swing in points, just basically off desperation from Montreal the last couple of points, and now it's a 2-point game going on to the third set.
As, of course, Brett, we are just getting started here at the U Sports Day 1 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball Championships. We have quarterfinal action still ahead at 8 p.m. Following this game, it'll be the number 1 seeded Trinity Western Spartans out of Langley, BC, taking on the Western Mustangs, the 3rd place OUA bronze medalists, who of course lost the Lancers here, but then defeated the Nipissing Lakers to earn a ticket to Windsor here for a 2nd consecutive nationals. That's coming up next, following the conclusion of this game here. And of course, Brett, Lancer fans are hoping it's not going to end just yet. We want to play a little bit more, but we've seen both teams stretching around this, getting used to, again, what's to come at 8 p.m. And again, it'll be exciting to see the Can West champions taking on the Western Mustangs, who again come into this one as the real underdogs. I know some fans from London made the trip down the 401, only a 2-hour drive, give or take. Exciting. So Brett and I are on the call for that one as well. Hopefully you'll stick around and want to watch that one afterwards. As we're back underway here in Windsor, we'll see Tremblay into the net. So great timeout call by Coach Gravel to ice the server, and the Lancers find themselves up here, Brett, 2017 into the 20s, sub undone, and we'll see Connor Tobe at the line here.
Yeah, Coach Guedera, after that serve went into the net, grimaced a little bit. The first-year player, after the timeout, with a service error, puts Windsor back up by 3, and Connor Tobe to the service line.
Tobe makes his serve. Job well done by the 3rd year. Meantime, that's pegged off Lahis and outside the antenna, and you can't play it even in that extra space of the net between the antenna and the pole there, Brad, as a tough break there for Lahis.
So it's back to a 2-point game here. And you're talking about our matchup later tonight. The lower seeds in both games that we've already had have won. Like the 6 seed beat the 3 seed.
Yep, there's been some upsets, and potentially if Montreal is able to get another serve like that and make things interesting, we could see something like that happen. There is 1 minute of a timeout left on the board here, and we see that service ace perfectly delivered by Maxime Saint-Denis, the MVP of Quebec, and a U Sports first team All-Canadian, coming in clutch here for his team as he goes up for another rip. The setter, there he goes. Noah Koski plays it up. Marcus Lahis left side, dish out. Nice job to cut it and catch the Carabins fishing on the net.
Huge point right there. Gustavo Sequeira with a great angle on the kill. It was going to get dug up, but Montreal called for a net violation there. Windsor back up by 2. Riley Parker's going to come in. Ivanovsky goes to the bench. So Riley from Riverside Secondary School, Sky Volley product. We'll see what he can do from the service line here to try and close out set number 3.
Coach Gravel has turned to Parker and Tamukas as his trusted generals off the bench, and oh my, Parker succumbs to the pressure there, Brett, as he misses his first serve on the night. He'll swap out for St. Joseph's Lasers alum, Anthony Ivanovsky, another local guy and Sky Volley alum. And Noah Koski's back out. Here we go, Montreal in the 20s territory.
Yeah.
Lancers up by 1. Brett, it's going to be interesting from here on out. As here we are in the late stages, you're watching it here on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. Happy to have you along for the ride. Misfire by Montreal to make it a 2-point spread once again.
Yeah, massive serve from Sampson there. He was trying to catch that back line, and it barely went over. And good news for the Windsor Lancers. They're back up by 2 with Trace Bridges back to the service line. 3 points away from taking the 3rd set here.
The high-flying Hawaiian hoping to come up huge for them here as he's going to go up for another spin rip. And it's a great one. That's the one, Brett. I think that could be what sees an extra set. Look at that. As the visual arts major, it's poetry in motion.
Yeah, and the referee, the linesman, Eric Forshaw, signals it in. Good eyes on that one. Windsor 2 points away from taking set number 3 here.
There is hope and life. As
the officials at the scores table here for a moment here.
Yes, good observation here as we're going to just slow things down here. Coach Gravel wants an explanation from the R2 official closer to the scores table. And I'm not sure if maybe there's a challenge here of perhaps maybe thinking it went out, but from what we saw there, Brett, it looked like it landed in the shaded court perfectly. So let's see what this delay is. Maybe a rotation? I mean, that would be very rare to have the wrong server. Because if the discussion's happening at the scorer's table, you got to think perhaps something's up here. But let's see. They're going to sort things out. Cue the Jeopardy theme, Alexa.
Yeah. and the worst part about it, too, is that it takes Chase Bridges out of his rhythm.
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
They're going to show the replay here. That's Chase with the ace.
It's in the name. As now he'll head back to serve after that brief delay, and I sure hope you're wrong here, Brett. I hope you're right about a lot of things, but this one, we're going to hope he doesn't hear our voice from up at the crow's nest in the TLC. But it is tough, though, of course, those pauses, they do add up when you're in your rhythm. Let's see if Bridges can do it here. Yep, so he's good that time. Well done by the vet. And back behind. Oh, too much time that it was in Koski's hands coming back, and a tough break, but a nice swing there by the Carabins nonetheless.
Yeah, great effort from the Lancers to try and dig up that ball. But Koski was there. It kind of like reverbed off both of his hands there and hung up in the air. Windsor unable to get there, but Montreal gets it down to within 2 points. And now the big man, Gaston Zagarny, to the service line.
And he's being greeted by the party army. It's a bunch of Windsor Lancers men's volleyball alum who get in the head of the international import, who sends one long and allows the captain, Gustavo Siqueira, another international import player, out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, the opportunity to serve it. Let's see here, Brett, set point for the Windsor Lancers. First time we say that here this evening, as he tries to prolong the match. Into the net that time, tough break there for Gustavo. Windsor gonna have to earn it here, as the next server for Montreal is gonna be number 3. It looks like Etienne Charbonneau will take his mark there.
Yeah, back to a 2-point game. Charbonneau to the service line, party army behind him, getting in his head.
And makes it that time. Koski plays it up Lahis. Koski sandwich complete! Darian Koski muscles one in there, and look at that. We're not done yet. And the Windsor Lancer home crowd loves it, as most teams will switch sides. It is a 2-1 lead for the Montreal Carabins. Windsor takes that one, and we will continue with this broadcast going into the break, as we will return after this commercial messages. You are watching the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship here on CBC from Windsor, Ontario. Stick around, folks.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe, no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Welcome back to Windsor Volleyball fans. You are watching the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball National Championships here from Windsor, Ontario. BioSteel, actually a local company, Brett. We mentioned that last week. Really good to see them sponsoring this event here and bringing a lot of great people together in our community. It's lovely to see. First time this has ever happened in our neck of the woods. We're excited to have you on the call, wherever you're tuning in from, wherever your screen is, here on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. Andrew Papadopoulos sharing the mic with Brett Hedges. Happy to have you along for the ride. It's an extended ride as we find ourselves here with Montreal up 2-1. Windsor Lancers getting that third set win there. That was actually probably the biggest margin of, believe it or not, 3 points. 25-22, 25-23, 25-23. Those first two sets, the 25-22, the Windsor Lancers able to prolong this match. So we see Windsor has life here, Brett, going into set number 4. And Marcus Lahis, the 2025 league MVP for the OUA, will do the honor at the service line. He's had a good night so far, hasn't he?
Absolutely, as he sends that first set.
And it looks like Maxime Denis is able to also keep his night going strong, and he'll head back to serve, fresh off earning his 32nd assist. So the setters definitely doing a great job of dishing out the ball. Lahis with 28 of his own on the assist category.
Yeah, the setters have been fantastic here tonight. Really great match. I'm glad it got extended to a fourth set here.
Absolutely, great decisions being made by both, and there's one there as Conair Tobe takes advantage of that one. Hits it off the block and off the antenna there, Brett.
Yeah, and we were talking about how important that third set win was for the Windsor Lancers. That's the first set that they've won since the OUA semifinals 2 weeks ago. And you can't win 3 until you win 1. So the Windsor Lancers, huge set 3 victory over Montreal, are going to continue their success here in the fourth.
Well said, Brett. Hopefully they remember how to play past 3 here as they look to try and trigger a fifth set rather here in set number 4. Quick discussion happening, a little bit of a protest appeal. Looks like maybe a bit of a reach there.
Yeah, I think they're talking about Chase reaching over the net to try and smack that ball down as it was really close. And Chase had himself a fantastic third set. He had 5.5 kills, or 5.5 points, I should say.
Absolutely, as we see Chase Bridges continue to make his impact. By the way, Brad, Chase Bridges was a part of that semifinal win 2 weeks ago over the Western Mustangs, as we didn't see him last week. So maybe so far it's been a little bit of an X factor. Of course, it's a team sport out there, as we'll see Anthony Ivanovsky take his mark at the line here, a big part of that as well. Windsor native out of St. Joseph's Catholic High School in the East Riverside neighborhood of the area. Serves to Coulet. There's a tip over by Bridges and a fake out scarecrow play. Sometimes, Brett, those work.
Well, yeah, and Chase had to kind of back off because he just got called for a net violation. As you see this incredible overhead shot there. Good patience showed by Chase. Let Montreal play. That's on their side. Unfortunately, they can't get it up, and Windsor's leading 3-2.
Absolutely, as now we'll see Ivanovsky with the serve. Nice serve there by the middle. And dish behind to the right side for Montreal. They play it up. Lahis gets the dig, so he's out of the play. Tobe over to Sakara. It was actually an overpass, and the Carabins will take advantage of that one, Brad, as they tie things up at 3s here.
Yeah, 3-3 early on in the fourth set.
As we will now see Montreal send their next server back. That would be Lucas Genier, Ottawa, Ontario native in his 3rd year, junior, playing for the Carabins program. Lahis, nice high ball set for Sakara, roll shot. And we'll see the Carabins go for their left side. Coulet, and why not? He's the hot hand right now, Brent. That is his game-leading 15th kill here, and we're seeing him at 17.5 points now. I mean, this man's on fire, is he not?
Yeah, absolutely. En fuego is Simon Coulet. 15 kills, 17.5 points. Hitting percentage of .583, so he's been absolutely fantastic for them tonight.
As Lahis here, we'll dish it outside for Sakara, and he finds the hands of number 3, Etienne Charbonneau, as, oh boy, Charbonneau said no on that one.
Yeah, and just a massive swing.
As he gets absolutely stuffed there, Sakara that is, and just a tough break there for the Lancers as they'll look to side out. Montreal up here 5-3. Load servant coming. And, ooh, bit of an awkward spot for Noah Koski to receive it, but it works out. They don't always got to be pretty, Brett. I'll call that a Buckley's play. Tastes awful, but it works.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice effort from Connor Tobe there. to bump it into even the relative area that Gustavo Sequeira could make a play on it. He, with a nice touch there, he gets Windsor within 1 point. It's 5-4 Montreal.
Yep, Windsor did a good job cleaning that up there. And again, like, they don't always have to be pretty. So Chase Bridges will try and make a pretty serve happen for the service line here. Again, we've talked about his play, been a big factor as he serves the direction of his homeland, the USA. Misfire out of bounds, and that'll send Montreal back to serve. We will see Charbonneau at the line here, Brad.
Yeah, 6-4 Montreal leads. Good discipline from that back line from Montreal to watch that one go out of bounds.
Montreal native, Charbonneau makes his serve, and there's a bit of a fake volley attack there by Koski. Interesting, you gotta think on your feet. Meantime, outside it goes for Coulee off some hands. Trouble for the Lancers, but they find a way. Nice set by Noah Koski.
Beautiful roll from Gustavo.
Beautiful indeed. There's a double pancake. It's alive. And Windsor is making breakfast with that kill by Gustavo Sequeira, but it starts off with a beautiful dual pancake there. Chef Conair and Chef Koski combined. Oh, breakfast is served there, Brett.
And that just shows that Windsor's going all out here in this fourth set. Not going to let anything touch the floor that they can't dive for. Down by 1 now, Gustavo Sequeira to the service line. And after that point, the fans of the TLC erupted. So let's see if Windsor can roll here.
Definitely a heartbeat here as we see Gustavo Sequeira, the captain, hoping to keep it going. And finds a way to get it off the tape. Served here to the middle and a give and go. Oh my, as once again, that would be Zagarny, who, Brett, we've talked about. Again, international talent. He comes from across the world, and he's bringing the boom with that kill there.
Yeah, he's been very good. Fourth kill of the match so far.
And the float serve is good by Coulee, the other international player on the floor for the Carabins. He gets a dig there. Here's St. Denis, back for Coulee, and that's a misfire. That does go long and out, and the Lancers, once again, continue to love when these faux pas happen, Brent.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to take full advantage of this point here, only down by 1, as Darian Koski goes to the service line.
And I think I just saw some Gen Z kids doing the 6-7, as here we are at 6-7 now. Windsor trailing by 1. Here is Koski. Makes the serve, played up. St. Denis misfires. That is a 4 contact play. You only get 3. And Brett, you're not allowed to play more than 3 touches.
Yeah, it's funny how those rules work like that, right? But Windsor will take it. 7-7 here, critical point in this fourth set.
As we'll see Darian Koski continue to serve. Winnipeg, Manitoba native again, playing alongside his brother, the man in white, Noah Koski, currently on the bench, the libero. Meantime, that is tipped into the block, rejected, and right now, Brent, the Windsor Lancers are feeling it with Marcus Lahis on that last block. Substitution incoming from Montreal, it's a new face. As you get a good look at the replay there in the meantime, but we will tell you that number 13, a first year, Nathaniel Quiroga Hernandez. Yes, is coming in, sorry, just a long name there, but I'm gonna work on it for him. As the Montreal native, also playing for his hometown school. Really cool to see. He'll get an opportunity to try and mix things up. As Coulee goes to St. Denis, back for Charbonneau, and Lahis gets enough on it. Bridges to save it. Free ball sent over by Ivanovsky. St. Denis, C-ball, Charbonneau puts the C in C-ball there, Brett.
Absolutely, Charbonneau with a fantastic kill from the right side. We saw him come in during the during the third set for the first time, almost like a sixth man in basketball here. He's been playing very well in the later stages of this match, and you can see how he had 31 kills in one match against UNB in a month ago.
And you know, teams that make U Sports Nationals here, they need to rely on the depth that they have in order to get there. Especially, it's a long season, as we know, Brett. You know, it can last months, and injuries happen, opportunities come and go. It's huge. So love to see the next man up mentality by Charbonneau as they earn a point on the Lancers misfire. This will be the first year serving here. Hernandez, long and out. Windsor gets a freebie.
Yeah, and the interesting part about this Montreal team, they have a number of first-year players on the roster, and all of them are playing, right? Windsor's only got 2 first years on the roster, and they're only, and we haven't seen them play in a number of in a number of weeks. So some youth on this Montreal Carabins team getting some valuable experience at the U Sports Championships.
Definitely an apt point there, Brett, especially if you want to have the perennial contention at Nationals. And oh my goodness, Connor Tobe swallows it up on the solo block. Get another look at it. Love the overhead angle for these, Brett.
Yeah, great angle on his hands there for the solo block as he was challenging Charbonneau straight down. Windsor retakes the lead 10-9, and Mr. Orr himself at the service line.
And he's from Aurora, Ontario, so that's fitting as he'll tip it over there the block. That was a good job by the middle 6'4" Lucas Genet. Once again, Brett, he's been a problem at times.
Yeah, and he had a .422 hitting percentage this year. That was first in the RSCQ. You can see it there. Nice patience. Waited for the block to come down before he made a swing on it. Perfect spot for it to go here as it's 10-10.
As there's a heavy serve delivered by St. Denis. And a light roll shot into the block. Sometimes you go for the soft one there, Brett, and you hope it can recycle, and that time, unfortunately, it's a bit of a misplay by the Lancers.
Yeah, back-to-back points for Montreal here, 11-10, as Maxime St. Denis, the RSCQ MVP and first-team All-Canadian, to the service line.
36 assists for the setter. Makes that serve there, and one service ace. Didn't get one there. Meantime, he'll go back behind and add his 37th assist here, which is outdoing his setter counterpart on the other side of the net. Law, he's currently with 31 assists. So Maxime St. Denis, again, we talk about the flair, first team All-Canadian, and Coach Gravel knows that he's a problem for the service line. He'll use his first time out, and look at that, Brett. Momentum, isn't it fun? It just trades back and forth, the pendulum shifts, and we'll get an opportunity here to shift our pendulum to some reads.
For sure. CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the gold medal game of the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on CBC Gem and CBCSports.ca. U Sports on CBC, chase the glory. Of course, that's the gold medal match here on Sunday at 6 p.m. We hope to see you guys here on CBC Sports. Looking forward to it. It seems like a long ways away,
doesn't it?
But it's only 48 hours from now, and we've got a lot of volleyball between then. Let's take a look at some of our high performers so far in this match. Leading the way in kills is Simon Coulet. We haven't seen him much this set, but he was a big impact early on in the first 3 sets here. And Etienne Charbonneau, who came in the third set, he's already got 6 kills for the Montreal Carabins. 6 kills on 11 total attacks, so a hit percentage of .364. He's been a problem for the Windsor Lancers to deal with.
Absolutely, Brett. And you know, it's interesting that Coach Gudera decided to take out his blue-haired beast there, who was leading the way for a while in this game, Hugo Considere. Wondering if perhaps that's just to give Charbonneau the opportunity to come in off the bench and be that sneak attack. Again, 6 kills for Charbonneau since coming in. There's a kill for Ivanovsky meantime. And that would be his 7th kill. Love it. Very nice, as both middles now for the Lancers have 7 kills each, Brett.
Yeah, the Windsor Lancers have done a really good job of spacing out the offense. Like we mentioned in the second set, Gustavo with 10, Chase with 8, Anthony with 7, and Darian with 7.
And we'll see Tobe with the serve. Well done by Conair Tobe. Rejected, one-hand dig. Good job by both St. Denis, squared to keep it alive and a joust at the net meantime. Play goes on. Sakara tips it. Good dig there by the setter. Libero forced to set it. And Charbonneau finding the no zone as we see it all knotted up here at 12s here, Brett. You gotta love it.
Yeah, Charbonneau tries to roll it to the empty spot on the left side of the floor. Just rolls side out. And after the timeout, Windsor with 2 quick points. Makes it 12-12 with Connor Tobe to the service line.
In a fight to 13 here. Oh. Missed serve, so Montreal will get the 13 first, courtesy of number 12 service error. And, you know, Brett, this is crunch time for the blue and gold, I got to tell you. I mean, if they feel like they can get that 5th set, they got to open that gap up, and we'll see here if they can get out of this rotation quick. Yeah. As we see a spin serve incoming. Nice job by Noah Koski to get behind it. Here's Gustavo Siqueira on the tip. There's the one to side out quickly.
Yeah, and what a fantastic dig from Koski on that serve to set things up here. Beautiful set from Lahis. Great decision from Gustavo to find the soft spot in the defense. Anthony Ivanovsky to the service line. It's all 13s here.
And if you're a Montreal fan, just to keep the neutrality, you're hoping that they get out of this set not needing the fifth, as there's a swing there to help that cause. The Carabins here, again, they're here on business, Brett. They mean it sometimes. And here's a sub incoming, it looks like. Or no, a libero switch. Yeah, he went in front of the attack line. That's a rare faux pas, but I mean, he's just so excited to play. Let him out there.
Absolutely. If I was a first-year player going to the U Sports Championship, I'd be excited to get in the game too. As
you said it.
Nathaniel Quiroga Hernandez joins the front line here, number 13.
He'll remember that one, I'm sure, as the serve is made in the meantime by Genet, and we'll see one off the hands, and point Windsor to, again, appease this home crowd here, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely, and it doesn't surprise us that we're tied up at 14 here in the fourth set. First two sets were extremely close, and the third set was just as close, at just a 3-point difference in the third here. Very well-seeded teams, the OUA and the RSEQ silver medalists being the 4-5 seed, and we'll see how the later stages of this set goes.
As Bridges makes his serve in the meantime, here's Charbonneau. And Sakara will have to play that one, and then it goes to Darian Koski. 3. Carabins hit the floor there. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yes, as Darian Koski with a beautiful swing there. Great reset after the block from Gustavo Sukeria. Great presence of mind to put a nice pass over to Marcus Lahis, who could set up Darian Koski. Chase Bridges to the service line now. Windsor at 15-14. Just 10 points away from forcing it to a fifth set.
Chase Bridges hoping to play for 15 in the next set. Makes that service ace count. And you know, Brett, it's not spelled like that, but it certainly sounds like it. It's in the name. Shea Ace Bridges. Timeout Montreal here with a 2-point gap. And again, we are witnessing some great volleyball action here in Windsor. You're watching the 2026 U Sports BioSteel Men's Volleyball Championships, and we'll get some more messages in while we can here.
Fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usportsfans.ca to join our fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape future U Sports Championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win U Sports prizes. Join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca. Now, you and I have been U Sports fans for a long time. This is the first time that we've been doing the U Sports Championships ourselves. I've done the U Sports Track and Field Championships in the past. That was a fantastic experience, and we hope that all of our fans that are viewing from wherever you are around the world on CBC are enjoying the experience as well, because the fans inside the TLC are enjoying themselves, because we've got the wave going, Andrew.
It's the Windsor wave, isn't it, Brett? And I got to tell you, the fact that we are able to be under this roof for men's volleyball U Sports National Championships presented by BioSteel, it is just incredible to see this coming, and as you said, a long time coming. You and I have been fans of the men's volleyball program here at the University of Windsor for a number of years. Maybe not since 1967, but I'll tell you, it feels like it's been so long coming, and you love to see it. Again, track and field, known to be our sport here. That's your expertise. Volleyball being my own, and again, I'm happy to share the mic with you here for what is a great inaugural event that we hope will come back. So far, so good, as Bridges is also so far, so good. Unfazed by that timeout. Ooh, that's a bit of a pokey dig there, rather a shoot. It don't even matter, though, as Gustavo Sukeria slams the door on the rejection block, and oh my goodness, Brett, this place is just getting louder. Look at that.
Gustavo Sukeria, great solo block. Darian Koski right beside him. Andrew, I've been covering this program since 2014. And this might be the best environment I've seen at a University of Windsor event. Just the fans are all over it, just cheering on this team, begging them to force it to a fifth set.
Agreed, Brent. I mean, last year was special, the Forsyth Cup Finals. This year was special, the Forsyth Cup Finals. But this right now seems like the place to be here in Windsor, as that is Montreal's kill there. They find a way to quiet the crowd for a moment, and that was a good run. I believe that was our guy Charbonneau once again.
Yeah, a crucial point for Montreal to quell the storm from the Windsor Lancers.
As he gets a serve there that takes Tobe off his feet. Alexandre Saint-Denis with the dig, and an out-of-system play. Coulet with the swing. No one there except Sequeira gets there a little late. Good fix. Here's Maxime Saint-Denis to feed the left side, Simon Coulet. And I gotta say, Brett, another thing about Coulet, you know, being from a volleyball country that has won 2 back-to-back Olympics, France, this man is certainly playing with a lot of passion tonight. 17 kills, leading the charge.
He's got a bunch of skill, and he's showing it for all of us here on CBC.
Oh, and a missed serve by Charbonneau in the meantime it'll restore the 2-point gap and give the Lancers a bit of a cushion, but they can't get too comfortable here, Brett, and I think they know that, hence why the coach is having on-the-fly discussions here. And we'll see Sequeira serve again here.
Yeah, Jimmy Elturk had a quick chat with Marcus Law-Heath about what they want to do on this next point.
As of course he also played in his day here for the University of Windsor. I can remember those days quite fondly next door. As that's a tip over the block and in, and Montreal will keep this going here. They don't want Windsor getting too comfortable.
Well, absolutely, and it takes the crowd out of it, right? And they're making nice, smart, fundamental plays, and they're keeping this one close. It's a 1-point set now with Coulet at the service line.
Simon Coulet, ice in his veins, makes the serve there. And Koski delivers once again. And Brent, this place is just the decibel meters going nuts, I'm sure.
Yeah, nice overhead shot there. Law-Heath with a quick set to Koski. He had the highest hitting percentage in Canada for a reason, 475, as he takes a quick rest as the serve and defense specialist comes in. Josh Tamukas,
Georgetown Impact alum, hoping to make his impact out of Georgetown, Ontario. Once again, been a go-to guy for them, as here comes Timmy with a nice serve, played up, and a one-hand set there was nice, and then a swing by the Carabins, and the Lancers find a way. Earn, not given, Brett. They crack 21st.
Huge for them to hit the 20-point mark. Great defense on both sides. Windsor challenging at the net. Ivanovsky finishes off that rally, and that draws a timeout for the Montreal Carabins. And Coach Guedera, smart to do that. Coming out of the timeouts that he has called throughout this match, the Carabins have been on point. So good time to call a timeout here. His final timeout of the 4th set.
Absolutely, Brad, you said it. As again, this place, we just had to take a moment to even appreciate that it's getting so loud in here. Windsor up by 3. Again, a bit of a gap, but not a big one, and this could go either way, as we know momentum does trade quite often. Windsor needing to make this serve here coming out of the timeout. Of course, we mentioned their serve and defend specialist, Joshua Tamukas, at the line here. Huge opportunity for them to get up here. And again, a fight for 15 would be epic. I mean, again, I think it would be the biggest set to date in this building, under this roof, on this new floor. We're still peeling stickers off around this place sometimes. It's year 3. and you look at this, lovely crowd that came out to support the community. A lot of Montreal fans as well coming down. Of course, Trinity Western and Western fans for the next matchup, which is a little bit delayed now as we have passed 8 o'clock. We're at 8:08 Eastern Standard Time. That one expected to start at least a half hour to 40 minutes after this one wraps up. And buckle up, Brett, as we are still underway in Windsor here between the host Windsor Lancers and the 5th-seeded RSEQ silver medalist Montreal Carabins, and the silver medalist for the OU Way here on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. And Connor Tope with a gem of a block. Was it not?
Incredible block there. Great serve from Tamukas. Saint-Denis tried to do a back set to Charbonneau. Connor Tope read it the entire way. Nice solo block from him. And he makes it a 4-point game, or a 4-point set. Critical moment there. Big solo block from Connor Tope as Windsor's up by 4. Incredible.
4-point lead, set number 4. These are the moments you live for. As number 1-4, who's returned to the action, Hugo
Considere,
we got to consider him a threat still, that's for sure. And we'll see some subs being undone. Koski checks back in, swaps out for Koski. Good work by Tamukas to make the serves that allowed them to grow their lead. And then on the other side, they will take out Hernandez, returning to the action, number 6, Zagarny, and he'll head back to serve at the line here, Brett, as it's crunch time for the Carabins, and they are feeling a little bit of the Windsor, I don't know if you want to call it a surge, but it feels like one, that's for sure, as that serve is made well. Lahey's back line for Bridges, and a little bit too much to go long, and the Lancers think that there was a touch there. I think that it may be redirected, but let's see if he consults his linesman there. Linesperson, of course, coming over.
And the fans are telling him, hey, you know there was a tip there. We'll say, overturned.
My goodness, Brett, the 5th linesperson. The entire TLC got the best angle on it, I guess, and holy smokes, I gotta tell you, I feel like there's no bigger point that has been earned in this building yet.
I agree.
Gold. Look at this crowd.
Massive point. And good on the official to consult with the linesperson about that.
Certainly so, as here comes Maxime Saint-Denis. Pipe set, rejected, replayed here off the block, off the body there. And
huge
there's
dig.
Noah Koski with a big dig and a nice beachy type set that does find a triple block. And Montreal not going away easily here, Brett.
Absolutely. Great point for Montreal right after the disappointment of losing the point on the appeal there. Great triple block as Windsor was with a bunch of momentum here. Well done, and now the RSEQ MVPs at the service line.
Out of the nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario native serves out of bounds, nice and long, and the Windsor Lancers find themselves 2 away from earning their 2nd set win and triggering a fight to 15 in the best 3 of 5 here, Brett. As it's 23-19, we see Conair Taube, the transfer from UBC, former Thunderbird, back to serve into the net that time, so allows Montreal to get into the 20 territory.
Yeah, and that's a big point, because now Montreal could go on a run here with Sampson at the service line. So Windsor 2 points away, Montreal 5 points away. We'll see what Sampson's got in his bag of tricks.
Here's a high toss, spin serve, out of bounds. Set point Lancers, Brett, and look at that. Reverse sweep, question mark. We shall see, as it's a possibility now that looks more greater, but again, it's going to be a hard-fought battle to 15. I don't expect the Carabins to go down too easily, but let's see if Ivanovsky can help us get to that 5th set and find out once more here on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. Oh, as Ivanovsky unable to be the hometown hero on that one, and the Carabins get to have another opportunity to try and trim it down here, Brett.
Yes, and I think if you see Montreal with 1 more point, you might see a timeout from James Gravel just to get the boys settled down a little bit.
He's got one in the bank. You're absolutely right. As we'll see the serve here, make it. Koski, Lahey's middle for Koski. We're going to 5.
And who better to set it to when you need a big point than Darien Koski, your first team middle blocker, led the entire country in hit percentage. Windsor wins 25-21, and now we're going to a best of 15 in a 5th set. What a comeback from the Lancers.
Amazing, Brett, and a 4-point way to end it off. 25-21, that is the largest gap, and we will head into set number 5. Excited to bring it to you here. We're going to take a break here to catch our breath and recharge. You are watching the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball National Championships from Canada's southernmost city, Windsor, Ontario. Stick around.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Dès l'année, territoire du Nord-Ouest. le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ici-tout.tv.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to Windsor Volleyball fans. You're watching the 2026 BioSteel U Sports Men's Volleyball National Championships from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Andrew Papadopoulos and Brett Hedges jointly on the call here for our first 5-set thriller here in this building in 2026 under this roof. It's the first time it's happening on this floor here, Brett. The other two quarterfinal matches before this, one ending in 3, one ending in 4. Why not go to 5 for the next one if we're following the chain, right? And now it's the host Windsor Lancers, 4th seeded versus the 5th seeded Montreal Carabins, tied up at 2 apiece, and Montreal serves the first one over. It's a fight for 15. Both teams will switch sides at 8, and we will not go to commercial. We're playing. Here we go, as this one is a nice swing down the middle. Lahis, and for Tobe, both teams here desperate to get to the Final Four and compete for some hardware tomorrow in the semifinals of the championship side of the bracket. Misfire, Windsor Lancers, 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we said in the pregame I thought that this might go 5. I'm glad to be right, because the Windsor Lancers fell in the opening 2 sets, rallied in the 3rd and the 4th to force a 5th set, and now just 14 points away from the championship side of the U Sports bracket.
Absolutely, Brett. I think all these fans in here would be happy to know that you were right, as this one is a bit tough to retrieve, as you see Tobe on the other side there. Tough ball there for the Lancers, but again, aggressive by the Carabins, who have brought back number 14, Hugo Considier. And again, we mentioned he had a bit of a break here. Perhaps Coach Guedera, the RSCQ Coach of the Year, wanted to recharge his big man, who's got 12 kills now, as he's at the service line here. Blue hair into the net. Point Lancers.
And it's a big point at that, as we see the replay here on our screen. Considier with the big lefty swing, hits into the net for another service error. Over 20 service errors, 25 total for Montreal in this match.
And Connor Tobe has 5 of his own, as that is long and out of bounds, so tough one there. And Brett, in a game, rather a set that only goes to 15, you're going to want to make your serves here, no doubt, inside out quickly. So let's see here if both sides can find that discipline. Again, they have been serving aggressively, both sides, and you do want to go for aces, but let's see here. As Lahis is going to go outside for Sakara, and a good angle there by the libero to get the dig. St. Denis, well done. And a huge rip there by the Carabins outside hitter. That would be Samson. And an even bigger rip by Sakara goes long and out. Point Montreal, it's their first lead, I believe, here of set number 5.
Yeah, he was trying to backtrack when he was trying to get that set, or trying to make that hit. Sends it long. Montreal 3-2 with St. Denis to the service line.
Maxime St. Denis, the RSCQ Player of the Year, makes that serve. Meantime, played up off the block, replayed here. Connor Tobe forced to be the setter. Goes for Sakara, trickles over and down in the shield, Brett. They'll take it. 3-3 tie.
Yeah, and Gustavo, smart choice to take a little bit off that ball. Didn't do a full swing on it, goes off the block, lands softly in the shaded court. And it's 3-3 here.
Sakara's 13th kill on the night. Koski with double-digit kills as well, 10. And again, good to see the players that are OUA All-Stars coming to play here this evening. And what is the biggest match under this roof to date? And let's talk about a roof on that block.
Gustavo Sakara has come to play today. I think he'd be the first person to say he didn't have his best match in the Forsyth Cup. He has brought his game to life here in the late stages of this match. and Windsor's up 4-3 in set number 5.
Certainly playing his A game so far here, and that's his 16th point, leading the charge for the blue and gold as Ivanovsky hopes to throw one in there, does so successfully. Outside it goes for Sampson, and clips the out-of-bounds territory. Very tough there. Chase Bridges was hoping that one of the Lions judges would have thought it would land in, but
it was very close.
Got to try.
It was very close. And good block from the Windsor Lancers, but it goes side out 4-4 with Zenier to the service line.
Zenier out of the nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario, makes the serve. And Lahis on a high ball set for Sakara and a double block. It's the risk you take on those high balls for the blockers, but there you go. That's a great reward for taking the risk. A good sharp shot by Sakara.
And a great set from Koski. The middle blocker sets up Sakara for the second time. Cross-court swing, and a big point for the Windsor Lancers, up 5-4.
It always helps, Brett, when your middle can set a good out-of-system ball for you. I mean, everybody's got to know how to set a high ball at some point.
Absolutely. Good fundamentals from the big man. That's why he's an All-Canadian.
You said it, as now we'll see Chase Bridges back to serve. The American serving towards America. And you don't want to declare that one at Customs. Chase Bridges serving it in the direction of the two bridges.
Yeah, a lot of smoke
Windsor
on that swing. Just outside. It's 5-5, 10 points to go here.
Oh, Brett, I got to tell you, man, this is going to be one heck of a tug-of-war if it goes at this pace. As Koski, Lahis, Koski, kill!
Huge.
Huge indeed, as we see the Lancers once again getting their big man going. His 11th kill. First team All-Canadian. Have we said that already? I feel like we've mentioned it maybe once.
And it's his hit percentage that is really speaking to me. He's at .625, 11 kills on 16 swings. Just an absolutely impressive hit percentage in a massive match.
And one of the older players on the roster has that physical maturity, certainly utilizing it against a team that may be able to equally contend with that. As we see Conair Tobe with his volleyball IQ, put that in the perfect place. 2-point lead, timeout Montreal. And they know, Brett, they got to use one early here as we approach the midway stages of set number 5. Oh my.
Yeah, oh my indeed, as we see some big points back and forth for the Windsor Lancers and the Montreal Carabins. What more could you ask from the 4-5 matchup in the national quarterfinals here? The hometown team riding the momentum from their hometown crowd to help them get back into this one. When it was 2-zip, it was all Montreal, right? And you just had to feel, you know, that maybe we were going to have something similar to the Forsyth Cup last week where they lost in 3. But give the Windsor Lancers credit, 1 point at a time. They dug themselves out of a hole. Now they're only 8 points away from cementing themselves into the semifinals tomorrow. But on the other side, Montreal, they're only 10 points away. That's why the coach called timeout at this critical moment. Gather the troops up. Hey, get your heads on straight. We got 10 points to go. And when we get to 8, we're going to switch sides anyway. So maybe get a quick timeout to your guys on this side of the court. We're going to switch over whenever the next side gets to 8 points apiece here. So it should be very interesting to see how they attack this defensively with Gustavo Sakara to the service line.
They have been relentless, tenacious, and have been persevering and are hoping to continue climbing the mountain in a potential reverse sweep here, as now we'll see Gustavo Sakara, the captain at the line. Spin serve incoming. Montreal hoping to stave off the reverse sweep and take care of business to play for hardware still. And Koski wants it too! What a smack to score, and that'll trigger the side switch, Brett.
And it all starts with the free ball from Considere. Koski gets it, takes a quick set from Lahis, and absolutely pounds that ball into St. Denis' forearms there. Windsor up 8-5 at the switch, and all momentum is on Windsor's side here as the fans are on their feet cheering on their hometown crowd.
And they're going to have to keep that momentum on their new side here. Certainly, it's a 360 wave of support here all around, full of blue and gold, all around the Toldo Lancer Centre. It really does not get any better than this. The Windsor Lancers right now in control, up by 3. Got to continue to keep moving forward here, keep the foot on the gas. Substitution incoming. Looks like they're going to bring back that switch of Charbonneau, the man who holds the school record for 31 kills that he had against University of New Brunswick back on February 14th. As this is not a timeout, folks, by the way. It is meant to try and get them going as quickly as possible. And we're going to see.
Yeah, it's probably harder for the bench players and the coaching staffs more than anything. You saw the players on both sides like, okay, I'm just going to go to this side of the net.
The trainers got to grab all the equipment and everything else.
And it's harder for the officials too, because they were making sure that the coaches had their players in the right rotation spots as well. Going into the crucial part. Don't want a cheap point from not being in the right spot in your rotation, as Gustavo Sequeira will go to the service line with his team up 8-5.
Absolutely, and we'll see if Sequeira likes that side of the court as he goes back up here. For Rip makes the first one. Trouble for the Carabins, out of system set, and swing into the block, replayed here. Good triple block by the Windsor wall. Free ball sent over, Noah Koski, good read. Lahees, Darian Koski tips it.
Oh, wow.
Trouble on the other side. Good work by the Carabins to stick with it and remain tenacious to get that one.
Absolutely. Darian Koski with a nice push. You know, he was trying to push it into the middle of that defense there. Great dig. I believe that was number 6, Zagarni, that sold out to get that ball and give his team a chance. Now they're down by 2.
And they play it up here. What a great up there off the service team. And ooh, another good up there on the other side. Free ball desperately sent over by Coulee. Koski, Lahees, Koski, off the knee and out. Point Lancers.
Koski has been the engine that has driven this Windsor Lancers 5th set. He's had 4 kills in this 5th set. He's 13 for 20 for a 600 hit percentage. And Windsor now 6 points away from the semifinals tomorrow, as Tamukas will join us for service. And Coach Guerrero from Montreal will call timeout.
That's a plot twist, isn't it? As, again, Brett, we are just savoring all this volleyball now. It doesn't get any better than this.
What an environment we're in tonight.
You said it, my friend. As, again, here we are. As I mentioned, it's only gotten better, and it's day 1, match number 3 of 11 games to be played under this roof this weekend between now and Sunday. The only 2 people I feel bad for right now, not really people, but teams, are Trinity Western and Western, because they thought they were starting at 8 p.m., and I got to think the fans and them are probably enjoying this environment. They're hoping everybody sticks around for the matchup after, but this place will be electric if the Lancers are able to keep this going. And of course, Montreal hoping to spoil the party. They're being warmly welcomed to their new side by the Windsor Lancer men's volleyball alumni. They've come in, Brett, from all over the world.
Yeah, I see a lot of familiar faces. I'm trying to think, oh, was that 5 years ago or 8 years ago or 9 years ago? Because this program started building up in 2013, 2014, when James Gravel took over the reins here. It's crazy to think that it's been 12 years now that he's been at the helm, but ever since then, I still remember that first year when they went from 7th and they made it to the OUA bronze medal game. And, you know, just belief at the end of the day. That's what James is all about. He believes in his guys, he believes in his program, he believes in his teaching, and now they're 6 points away from the OUA, or for the U Sports semifinal, but a very tough opponent in Montreal.
Absolutely.
We'll see what they got.
Coach Gravel has built this program's foundation from the ground up, no question. As now we find Lahees going from the ground up on that one, and a tip over him that time. Desperate dig by Chase Bridges, leading to Tobe. Replay, another desperate dig by Bridges to keep it alive, and here comes Tobe again. Smart shot, Montreal with some desperation of their own. Here maybe perhaps an out-of-system run for the Lancers. Tobe on a rip, ooh, doesn't find the fingers, and Montreal finds a way here, Brett, to get back within 2. Darian Koski going to sub in for Josh Tamukas. Good work by Tamukas to not be iced by the timeout call as he does his job. And the Koski brothers swap. That's what you're paid, that's what you're meant to do. Paid in compliments.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zagarni to the service line here. The Windsor fans doing everything they can to get in his head, and it works.
This is what it's all about, Brett. This is why we wanted the party army to come out in numbers, and surely they did tonight. Lancers 5 away from clinching a top 4 seed here at U Sports Nationals in tomorrow's semifinal championship bracket. 10-7. Marcus Lahees to serve. Nice serve there, played up by the Carabins. Ooh, that one a little bit tipped over there on a tandem run. Here comes Alexander Saint-Denis. Plays there, so must have had a ricochet, so I thought that perhaps he got the first one. Anyways, play goes on. Tipped over. Chase Bridges is him right now.
Chase Bridges, what a match he's had. All areas of the floor, from the service line, from the right side. This time he makes a hit in the middle. kind of on a scramble play. Don't matter how you score them, it's if you score them. Windsor's up 11-7, and Montreal definitely behind the 8 ball here in the 5th set.
Marcus Lahis makes the serve. Saint-Denis, and a swing
What a
there by
dig.
Charbonneau. Great dig there. Played up here by the Lancers into the rejection block of the Carabins, who hold strong. That would be Lucas Genet, says no on that one.
Yeah, big swing from big number 2 in the middle there. And a good job from Montreal to get that point, take the crowd out of it a little bit, Charbonneau back to the service line, and now it's time for the fans to get in his head again, if they can.
Just got to empty the tank here, right, Brett? As now we'll see Lahis go for Ivanovsky, hometown hero!
Anthony Ivanovsky with his 8th kill of the match, hit percentage of .583. He's 8 of 12 in the match, absolutely critical. Time right now, back up by 4, 3 points to go. Riley Parker is subbed in.
Riley Parker, he missed a serve this evening, and it looks like they want to maybe have a quick discussion by the score table. Looks like it's fine. It's all moot, as Riley Parker will look to now be a hometown hero in his own right. Windsor native at the line, float serve, makes that one. Redemption for him, as this one is redemption for the Carabins. The Ottawa native gets on top of that one.
Genier, he's been so solid all game. 6th kill on 11 attacks, 364 kill percentage. He's got 8 points tonight. Massive point for his Montreal team. Try and get themselves back into it. Here's Coulet.
Simon Coulet, the point leader in the game, 23 points and 20 kills, makes that serve, and Ivanovsky gets the kill. Points down at the floor. And right now, Brett, they are feeling it, I gotta say.
2 points away from the reverse sweep. We talked about it after they won the 3rd set. They hadn't, because after getting swept in the 4th set, they hadn't won a set in 2 weeks. Big time here. Who else would you want on the line?
Well, Ivanovsky makes it there, proving us right, and there's Charbonneau.
What a dig.
Great dig by Law. He's got to play defense as a setter for sure, and there's a swing. Gustavo Siqueira, the captain. Match point, Windsor Lancers. Listen to this crowd, Brad. Holy.
Pop, an hour ago, I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have believed you when I thought that Windsor Lancers would have match point on a reverse set possibility with Anthony Ivanovsky at the service line. But it's all about belief, baby. Let's go.
Goosebumps. Out of bounds, though. Unfortunately, the hometown hero unable to come in clutch on that one, but it's okay. The misfire, there's a bit of room to breathe.
Yeah.
14-10. It's on the hand of Genier now. Lucas Genier, the 3rd year out of Ottawa, Ontario, with a lot of support behind him for the Windsor Lancers. But again, the Carabins have done a great job here tonight, but so have the Windsor Lancers. They have done it. They have completed the reverse sweep, and I gotta say it's something worth celebrating. So good work by the Windsor Lancers here, Brett. Again, the Montreal Carabins prove a worthy opponent here this evening, no doubt about it.
What a match.
And we're only getting started here on day 1. The hosts advance in dramatic fashion.
Couldn't agree more. The Montreal Carabins absolutely earned winning those first 2 sets, 25-23. They had momentum in the 3rd set as well. Windsor took control late and earned the win there, 25-22. After the 4th set, you can tell that the Windsor Lancers had momentum in their grasp, but give Montreal a lot of credit. They never said die. They were fantastic the entire time. Anytime it looked like Windsor was going to take control in the 5th set, Montreal would come back for 1 or 2 humongous points there. A very well-coached team, a lot of skill on this team, whether it's the 5th years, the 4th, or even some of the first-year players that we saw. The Montreal Carabins are an absolute problem, and I don't want to see who they match up with. I don't want to be their opponent at any matchup here later on tonight.
If they play with even a fraction of that resilience tonight, Brent, it's going to be an interesting consolation bracket, as of course the Windsor Lancers advance to the championship Final Four semifinal tomorrow. They're expected to play at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we're about to have both teams line up here for the Player of the Game ceremonies here, as it is time now to present the Mikasa Players of the Game.
So Maxime Saint-Denis getting the Player of the Game award for the Montreal Carabins. Why wouldn't he get it? He got 46 assists, dishing out the offense for the Carabins. A big reason why they took a 2-sets lead in this matchup, and an absolutely incredible player as well.
The Player of the Game for the Lancers.
And we'll find out the Windsor Lancers
Number
player of the game
8,
here.
Darian Koski.
I think he was kind of a big deal tonight. Darian Koski, the first-team All-Canadian. So both first-team All-Canadians here, Brett, recognized for their respective squads. Love to see it as you see Athletic Director Stephanie White for the Windsor Lancers. She's done a lot of great hard work behind the scenes to make this happen, to bring this here. And Darian Koski, well deserved here to recognize. Both sides going to shake hands here. Brett, we haven't said this in a few weeks. It's a win in Windsor, baby. Here we go.
Absolutely, and full respect to the Montreal Carabins as they go to the consolation side of the bracket. A very tough number 5 seed in this tournament. The RSEQ silver medalist, a fantastic coach in Gazi Gadera, some fantastic talent from across the lineup. When you got Gaderi, you got Saint-Denis, both Saint-Denis, Charbonneau, Coulet was fantastic as well, 20 kills. He was absolutely incredible. 436 hitting percentage there, 23 points. There's a lot of skill on this team, and I hope they hope they get to the consolation championship, and we get to call that game on Sunday.
You said it, Brett, and tomorrow, Montreal expected to play at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They will play after the results. We'll find out of our next matchup coming up here between the Trinity Western Spartans, the Can West champions, number 1 seeded U Sports men's volleyball ranked going into this tournament, against the Western Mustangs, who are 8th seeded. So they're coming up next in about a half hour to 40 minutes time. You can tune in here on CBC Sports, CBC Gem. Brett Hedges and I will take a little break and we'll be back. But on behalf of all of our wonderful crew here associated with the U Sports and CBC here in Windsor, this is Andrew Papadopoulos, and on behalf of Brett Hedges saying thank you so much for tuning in here. And your final score, Windsor 3, Montreal 2, and we have one more game this evening. Hopefully you'll stick around. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, and take care, everybody. So long.